how's it going, everybody? Welcome back to another stream. Hope everybody's having a wonderful, beautiful day. How's everybody doing, boys? Welcome back to another one. We got ourselves even more 5v5 1v1 duels on the evening, boys. We got ourselves the Saturday 5v5 1v1 duels. This one is for my boys over in the NA. My Chicagos of the world, my boy Seavark, Ori, my man, and potentially even my guy, my main dude, Chill Pills. Bro, we had a little bit of Frost DK action yesterday. It just started bringing a little bit of damage, but we do need even more of that beautiful, unholy, and Frost, I was about to say blood. Frost, death, and carnage. I don't want to see blood in these deals though. How y'all doing? Headhunter, Aura, Ashy, Jake, Patrick, Kren the Beautiful. How are all of you doing? Welcome back to another stream. Hope everybody's having a wonderful, beautiful evening. Oh. And I'm drinking coffee on the evening. Probably shouldn't be doing that, honestly. But that's okay. I got ourselves the stream to get to. Yo, last night I was working on that vid. It was taking forever to process, man, so I didn't get much sleep. So I'm gonna be a little bit slow today, but it's okay. Yo, let's hop on and see if we got any groups over on the live. Change the setting here. Servers, hold on, it's too loud for you boys. Now, is this a good song? Or is this the one I do skip it before? Actually, it might be a good one. It might be the good one. Yo, hop it on live. If y'all got a group, boys, over for the NA, feel free to let me know over on Real ID. Real quick, how many y'all got? Or if you don't know how to join in, you can always find the groups listed either over in the, I thought I got a new, like, I was looking at my BNet for a second. I thought I got maybe like new access or something over here. For some reason, I thought this was a little bit more full than normal. I guess not. I guess I'm just seeing things. But if y'all got a group, listen. If you want to listen anywhere, 5v5 1v1 groups, list them in the dungeons and raids, legacy raid settings, so we can utilize that cross-faction goodness. I wish they would add that for custom PvP though, because I feel like that's probably the best place to, like, if you're looking for a group for 5v5 duels, you're probably going to be looking in the custom PvP section, at least I imagine. Right? It's like it's not really an RPG, it's not exactly a raid, but doing the raid legacy is probably the easiest way that we found in order to get the cross faction going or join up our community. Links to that over in the Discord in the community info, and it should be like basically easily invitable. So if you just want to join up, it should automatically invite you as long as you have the code. But boys, we got us more 5v5 1v1 duels on the evening. Let's see if we got any groups. Well, I got some YouTube stuff in the background. Are we gonna get my boy Chicago popping in tonight? Are we gonna be getting Seavark joining in for the arcane goodness? Have you seen the pre-patch content about the Lich King? I have not. I mean, I know that there's gonna be like a zombie invasion, very similar to the one that we got in Shadowlands, but like the original, the better one, and then there's a whole, like, I guess, infiltration of the Undercity and cleaning that up. So I haven't got to play with it at all. I saw like a blue post about it. I guess I'll get to experience it once the pre-patch comes out, which me and Craig still gotta have a discussion where we're gonna play for Wrath, man, because I do want to play Wrath. But like, I don't know, man. We just gotta figure out a server. Do we want to play a fresh server and level there? Do we want to play like an existing server and just kind of like make Death Knights on there? Can we even make a Death Knight? That's another question. Wait, can we make Death Knights in pre-patch? Is that a thing? I think, man, how you mentally cope with having a mustache in your face like that whenever mine goes out long enough? They're gonna mouth and shame immediately. I mean, I guess at some point I just had to get like super lazy and just let myself go in a way, right? Because the only way that you would get it to this kind of length is if you just like let it do its thing. So I guess it was like an opportunity there at some point where I was like, you know what? Maybe I'm just gonna stop worrying about it completely. I don't know. I guess like for some people, like that kind of feeling of like mustache going in your face or around your lips, that, I mean, if that's something that's like, nope, feels weird, don't want to do it, yeah, go ahead and do your thing, man. Do whatever you want to do to your face. To me, I guess it's not like one of those things that triggers like a thing in my brain where it's like, oh, problem. For me, it's kind of like, it's weird, it's unusual, but for the most part, I guess it depends also too. Like for the most part, as long as I do a couple of these throughout the day, or if I apply mustache wax, it really could push it out of your face, so you don't even feel it for the most part. We love burgers problem. Wait, what? Have you ever considered streaming Twitch? I said some. Americans large eat burgers. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. We're eating those juicy freedom patties. What do you eat, Gaming Tobias? You said a couple of times you're a vegan. You gotta try a freedom burger, my guy. Yes, we do, bro. What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean? Oh my god. How you doing, by the way? Hope you're having a good one. Yeah, we doing groups, boys. Let me know. Raids a legacy. How we doing? Yo, boys, we got over for the NA. Pick wrong number here. We got for the NA 5V5 1V1 Chicago's group with one more person ready to go. While Night King needs 2 more, and then his group is set and ready for some carnage. Boys, y'all mother welcome join up over for the NA. 2 groups. Find us in Raids Legacy section pin to how to find those groups. Over for the over in the chat. Duels cross faction EU Fridays. I like how you added like EU Fridays because it's such an often question. I'm like, wait, do we get to do Saturday? Do we get to do Saturday? Yo. Let's get Chicago and my boy Chill Puss's group filled up. Boys, Dow, join yourself. The problem with that, I can't do the actual spectator camera stuff, which a lot of you guys enjoy. You know what I mean? Because people ask. It's still gonna ask, but it's okay. You don't gotta like add it. If you just do like a quick today's NA duels, all that stuff. I feel like when you say today's NA duels, it basically means EU is Friday. It's same. It's like I repeat myself. Heard somewhere that are ready to create a Death Online server. Bro, check a key. I'm pretty sure you won't be able to make one on Fresh Start Realms. Although if you can, I'm set. As long as you have a level 55 character at the very least. On any realm. If I can create a Death Knight on a Fresh Start Realm, I'll easily just play Death Knight on a Fresh Start Realm. Because I got a real level anyway. And I feel like playing on a Fresh Start, there's going to be an influx of new people on there. And people are going to be doing dungeons and stuff. Plus, most of people will be coming onto the characters, not bringing in old gear or any of the other stuff from older dungeons, older raids, unless you actually have to go back to them. For that, you need a group. So I think it'll be interesting to start on a fresh new realm. A fresh start realm where it's a new experience for everybody. I think it'd be really cool. Can't find the group. Paladin, that will be listed in Raids Legacy. Dungeons and Raids, pre-made group. I know it's weird, but stay with me. Raids Legacy, top number 5 in the top search, and you should be able to find them. Hit enter, and you should be good to go. The reason why we list them over in the Raids Legacy instead of custom PvP is so we can utilize the cross-faction group goodness. Now, normally we can't list it in like RBGs, but people in RBGs want to do an RBG and I have no idea what a duel is, or they're not paying attention. They're just trying to join any RPG group that's want to accept them. So it's a little sketch to do with RBGs, so that's what we do with Raids Legacy, so it's much easier to find the groups for you guys and join up. And most PvE players are going to see those names and be like, wait, that's not an actual multi-core raid. I'm probably not going to join that. Plus, who is going back to old or normal? Who is going back to multi-core, but you can just solo run yourself? Makes it that much easier for people to join up. Boys, we got 2 groups. We got Chicago with 2, and we got ourselves Night King with 2. And then the groups are ready, and they're good to go. The people applying but not getting in? Are there people applying but not getting in? I mean, it could be, that could be the case, but I wouldn't know. What's up, G? I do, my man. Hope you have a good one. I'm gonna skip that song. Is that a bad song? Come on. I hate how some of these songs are a back-to-back skip. I really dislike that. I guess I'd see as some of the tunes as of recently haven't been top-notch. Like, we got some of the best ones over in the mixes. But damn, some of those songs are just skip back-to-back. They give off, like, the original NCS vibes, you know what I mean? Like, they're not bad, but it's just not, like, great. You know what I mean? And they wake up, it's all good. Yo, we got some time. We got plenty of time. I find you. Thanks. All good, Paladin. All good, my man. Perfect, perfect. What's up, hey? How you doing, my guy? What's up, my man? Hope you're having a good one. How you doing, my man? Hope you're doing good. Boys, apparently next week's alpha build is going to be adding even more unholy deathlet changes, which looks so good, by the way. Oh my god, bro. Everybody on the alpha was talking about these updates and like actually getting legit excited. Shaman updates looking amazing. That AoE cleave fiesta you're going to be able to do in Dragonflight looks absolutely good. It just looks so... Oh my god, what an upgrade. The Feral Spirits being a 1.5 minute CD baseline without having to talent into it seems like such a good idea. And then it also makes the Elemental Wolves a little bit less of like a mandatory must-have pick or anything, you know what I mean? Sure. Okay, I got it. Cool. Oh, Dal, also been this morning? Hey man, thanks. Yeah, I'm very excited. I'm very excited. That death change in particular. I want to be the master of diseases. I want to try disease focused build, but also want to try like the whole necromantic army build as well. That's gonna be so fun. And also we have a hunter improvement. Dude, hunters are continuing to get improvements every single day. Are you kidding me? It feels like every other day we got a blue plus on hunters with more adjustments, more improvements. This one did have some nerfs, but they were warranted. Like the only nerf that really happened was I guess it was like some hunter like min-maxing passive nerf stuff here and there. That doesn't seem like a big deal. But the wild call becoming a 3-minute cooldown, I get it. I get it. It's really good. It summons pets constantly. It has so much synergy now with the new aspect of the wild. It's going to be incredible. It's going to be absolutely incredible. Party channel today. What's up, guys? So looking forward to some good old PvP. My man, we're going to get some 5V5 1v1s up and running. We just need 2 more for the team Chicago. And we need 2 more for the team Night King. And it'll be good to go for some 5V5 1v1 dueling goodness. Hope you're having a good one, by the way, Corsair. How you doing, my man? Welcome to another wonderful, beautiful live stream. Down, my man. Prepare for those on the 10.0. Arda, my guy. Let's go. Yo, you got a class you're gonna be playing? You got a class you're thinking about picking up for duels specifically? Because I actually wanted to do a video talking about some of the potential. It's too early in the alpha, right? Way early in the alpha. It's super early. But I can't help but talk about some of the potential builds you may be able to run for PvP. I want to highlight some classes. I want to highlight them. I can tell you at least 3 of them. The 3 classes, at least. There's gonna be like 5, I think. I want to highlight at least 5 builds. I feel like on YouTube it's like 5, 8, 10. Those are the numbers that I enjoy. And like 7, 6 is just kind of weird. But like 5, maybe if I find 8, maybe I'll do that. But I'm thinking highlight the Fury Warrior, Cheese, Evoker, obviously, because that's a new class and there's a lot of potential. They've got new PvP talent, so man, they're looking good. But also, is my boy Seaverk around? Good. Arcane Mage. I think it could be insane. I think Arcane Mage could be incredible. You know how Fire Mage right now is like insanely good, all of seasons of Shadowlands? That I think could be Arcane. That I think could literally easily be Arcane Mage. And it'd be glorious. I'd be very happy if that was Arcane. But we'll see. We'll see. You're not getting people queuing up in a group of step 220 to 40 item level players. Normally not invited low gear players, but 240. Honestly, anybody and everybody is welcome to join. That's how I view it. That's how I see duels. Anybody and everybody is welcome to join. Whether you have gear, whether you don't have gear. I'm thinking let everybody in. Everybody gets a chance to play. Like, basically the duel thing is, hey, everybody's welcome to join. Just be aware you're probably going up against the likes of Chicago and Chill Pills. Like, these boys are geared, experienced, and they're willing to slap you all over the arena. So, I honestly say, just let them all in. I mean, 230 to 40 item level. Is that like in PvP upscale to 230 to 40? I mean, if they want to join, they're more than welcome to. Привет, это Трея. Здорово, Вадим. Здорово, Трея. Ты возьмешь меня себе на дуэльный поединок. У нас дуэли в Европе и как в России, в этом регионе, европейские регионы, на пятницу, а на субботу это в Америке и, ну как его, Америка, Канада, там, американские регионы, типа. Ну, в следующей неделе, Вадим, можешь приходить, пригласи друзей тоже. Спасибо, я понял. Okay. I had to explain to Vadim for a second, like, how we do our duels. Friday EU, Saturday NA kind of deal, yeah? Had to do a really quick explanation. I had to really search the back of my mind on, like, the words that I'm thinking of here, man. The words I'm trying to use. Took me a second there. Time out or get an invitation. Oh, no, man. Unfortunate. I say you guys should let everybody join, man. Chicago, chill pills. I say let everybody join up, man. Anybody and everybody that's interested. I want to play either Rogue or Death Knight as a main in Dragonflight, which is more fun in your opinion. Too early to pick your main, but both of them feel incredibly cool. I love the Rogue Shadowlands playstyle. That's available for all 3 specs too, which is really cool. Unholy, Death Knight in particular, I think Frost DK is going to be still good old-fashioned. Blood looks solid with a couple of different playstyles and builds depending on the situation. I'm very, very excited about Unholy though. Oh my god, the changes looking good. Let me catch up episode. Check out my guy. Hope you having a good one. Finally get the audio for old backstab to work on my Shadow Strike. Wait, old backstab? Is the new backstab not the same as the... Okay, I gotta go back to Classic and check out what that sounds like then. I might have to hop on Wrath. When did you change that though? Maybe we could hop on the Wrath. They didn't see it. It would be good to see some new people give it a go to. Yeah, of course. The more people join 5V5 1V1 DUELS, the better, man. I'm fine. Like, I don't really... If somebody joins up and they're kind of lowish on Animal, I'm perfectly okay with them giving their try, giving their best. You know what? I wish we could have item scaling in these duels. How cool would that be? If I could somehow, when I queue up for duels, I could... Like, there's a tournament mode, but I don't think that enables scaling. How you do in, like, let's say, like, solo queue. Right? Solo shuffle. But I wish, man, I wish we could enable solo shuffle style, like, scaling. I think it'd be so cool. Like, if I can control the 5V5 1v1 DUELS, I would love to really, like, min-max, like, when dampening starts, how high dampening starts at, how rapidly does it increase, scaling for item over gear and stuff. I would love to put you guys all on the same equal platform in a way, and then maybe if the duels are going way too long and maybe start, like, dampening it a little bit higher. So, like, let's say it ramps up from like 0 to 1, 2, 3, 4 to the 20% mark fairly quickly, and then it slowly creeps towards the higher end. Basically, the idea is like, okay, those are going more than like, I don't know, like 5 minutes. All right, let's really drastically make a big reduction in healing, and then we're slowly ramping it more and more and more until there's just no opportunity. And maybe have like a way, like a dial, so I can control it even more, right? So I could control it a little bit better. So maybe it could, like, if it's, let's say it's a class that's like very, very heal heavy, like let's say a Frost Death Knight, but they're fighting a rogue, and we want to give them more of a fighting chance, because the rogues otherwise are just gonna whittle them out and like open up, vanish, reset, open up, vanish, reset. Eventually the Death Knight is just gonna die. Maybe like not ramp up the dampening nearly as high, so at least there's a fighting chance. Or if it's a heal heavy class, they just continue to heal like a feral druid, acting like a wrestle druid, going behind the pillar, chopping himself off, going back in, getting the opener, going back behind the pillar, chopping himself off. Maybe this way would ramp it up. I would love to have tools like that, and maybe in the future Blizzard will add stuff like this. I think it'd be really cool to have a keybind and adjust those kind of things, unless they already have it and then I just haven't known about it. Also, I'm looking forward to the classic discovery theme of Dragonflight, or rather the big world-ending storyline. I hope you enjoyed, man. Discovery and exploration are going to be a pretty big focus of the expansion, at least from the alpha so far. What up, everyone? Monk, I wish I kind of had some of the animations were back in the old styles. Lex Soup animation was the cut so short, looks odd, and roll nerf. I agree with you on that, yeah, same with the roll nerf. Better not. I think it'll be a good gear to match some context to the word. Scaling would ruin that. You think so? Yeah, I mean, like maybe like a minimum item of a scaling, yeah? So if you're geared, you can get higher levels, but let's say if you're going in under geared, you would add like a 278 minimum, right? So if you're 230, 240, it would boost your item over scale like a minimum. Not scale like everybody down to the same number, but like help people out that are under geared, so they're not getting complete. So it's like, so the difference of power won't be like this, high end, low end, but like this. Still, if you're geared, you still have a bit of an advantage, but not nearly as much, you know what I mean? That kind of scaling is what I guess I'm talking about. And I guess that's a new thing, isn't it? We got a 5-man group over for my man, Night King, ready to go. Just did one more for Chicago. It'll be good for some 5V5 1v1 dueling goodness, boys. Yo, invite your friends, invite your guildies, invite anybody you know to join us up with the team Chicago for some 5v5s. Oh, we're good to see new people give it a go for sure. This is prepared to the back. Yeah, prepared to get backside handed to you though. Exactly. That's how I view the 5v5 duels. Anybody should have an opportunity. Just be aware. Some of these boys got quite a bit of gear, so just be aware what you're walking into. You're walking into a lion's den, and these boys are hungry. Oh, okay. I thought I had my keyboard all kind of messed up here. I thought I had caps lock on, but it wasn't typing in caps. But I'm just confused. I'm sleepy Dal today. Here we go. And I think it has the stuff that I need. Beautiful. We need one more for the Team Chicago boys. It will be good to go for the evening. Just one more, and we are ready for some carnage. This gives me at least a bit of time to. Wait, did Chilpos lose somebody? Unfortunate. It's okay. We just need one more for either team, though. We need one more for either team, boys. It'll be good to go. Dal, what do you feel about double survival instinct from one talent to Dragonflight instead of spread over 2 talents? Survival instinct, what did I do? Is my question. I feel like I should know it, but I deal with so many talents with so many abilities. I'm drawing a blank here, man. I'm drawing a blank here. I might need some help. Survival instinct. What's that again? I forget. That's fine. Just don't be. Just want it to be irrelevant like it was in Legion. True. I don't want that either. You know, I thought Legion scaling was really cool for a little bit, but the problem with that was Blizzard kept giving me mastery every time to scale my character. They didn't give me versatility. They gave me haste to crit. They gave me mastery. More mastery than I ever wanted. I'm like, okay, cool. I guess I can't control my character damage at all. If I had more versatility, it'd be more survivable. 1, do more damage. 2. It's kind of lame. Plus, also they said, oh, we'll get a regular update class PvP talents. My spec never got an update. All expansion. Apparently, Outlaw was pretty playable by the end of it, though. And next was the gear scaling by the end. But they kept giving us mastery. I'm sure it would have been even more playable when versatility was a thing. When versatility dominated our gameplay. And after this bot, every expansion ends up being the same. 2s and 2 DPS turbo feels like a filler. I don't know, man. Maybe. But with Dragonflight, I feel like there's so many opportunities for them to have much more hybrid capabilities. You get a stun, you get a knockback, man. I feel like all those tools are going to make them a lot stronger. And a lot of the buffs to their actual like talents for damage are looking extra good. Boys, we're still looking for one more on Team Chill Pills and Team Chicago. If y'all want to join up or get some friends, some homies to join them, more than welcome to. Just need one for either group, will be good to go. Где-то так хорошо выучил русский язык. Я родился в России давно. Родился в России, но живу в Америке сейчас. Русский забываю уже. Need a heal reduction like all melee enhancement, or they can just get some one shots, and I think they will be able to one shot pretty easily in Dragonflight. I kind of agree with you. Mortal strike effect maybe is the solution. Maybe, I don't know. I don't think it's really gonna fix their 2 situation though, right? I feel like they need more. I feel like they need more survivability. But I don't know, man. I would take a look at Drazor. I feel like, I don't know if you have to take a look at their newest tools that they've gotten, but I feel like if you look at some of the new tools they're getting, you may find them like, oh, actually really good. That actually has potential. I would take a look at those, man. I mean, those totems looking pretty nutty. Yo, Chicago, are we good to go, my guy? Or how we doing? Because I think Night King should have 5 men already. And Chicago had a 5, I think, for a second. I think for a moment. We just need one more, boys. We'll be good to go. So this is the shield wall for Guardian Druid now. Oh, okay. So survival instincts is someone on the way. Got someone on the way? Awesome. Let's go. So you said then earlier, Dal, how do you feel about survival instincts being 1 talent Dragonflight instead of over 2? Is survival instincts the emergency heal? I feel like 2 is fine because it's a powerful defensive, at least from a PvP perspective. I feel like it should be 2 though. I understand why they do those 2, and I kind of don't want people to immediately go into that one as a default. I feel like if you put it at 1 point, people are always going to pick it up and then grab other utilities. I'd rather that to be a little more of an expensive choice. Mostly because we've seen it so much in Shadowlands, I don't want to see it again. I know it's selfish, I know it's probably unfair, but that's how I feel about it, honestly. Though, we could probably have a whole discussion about meta though. Alrighty. Spectator match, Night King and Chicago. We're gonna throw you boys in that apparently can't spell. Night King. Nice. We're gonna throw you boys in that grand. No, grand. I love starting out in the grand for the day, man. I think it's my favorite map. I think the Grand has to be my favorite map. My goodness, boys. Now, I gotta get you guys a good song to start the day off with. I gotta get you a good one. I can't throw you into the deep with nothing good to listen to. That's a little hard. That goes a little hard. A little too hard, maybe. You know what? This could be okay. This could work out. Boys, first duel of the day. So Twitch, we got ourselves team one together with Alpharas on the team. Join us back as an Holy Death Day. We got Bacon back as a Feral Druid. Chill Pills on the Frosty DK. I'm liking that set a lot with a Frostful Tabard. It really fits the Death Knight theme. We got Hamawari back as a Feral Druid. We got ourselves a Luffy looking to play some Windwalker on the other team. Team 2. We got ourselves team Chicago, but the boy ain't gonna be first up. We got Revendare on the team. Looks like they're gonna be first up. Baja Brew trying to figure out what the hell's going on. Backing up out of there. Bones of Steel waiting for their turn to the sub rogue. We got Bryce Crane. Wait, Bryce Crane. I guess is the what you call it. Wait, it looks like it is actually gonna be Baja Brew. I thought it was gonna be Revendare for a second, running out, going for a quick concussive shot. But it looks like it is going to be Baja Brew in the end versus Chillpills first up. Oh, maybe Revendare was like, wait, Chillpills is first? Alright, you can go first, Monk. I'll let you go first. Maybe you'll be able to Lex sweep him, lock him down, drop him down, big chain of ice, Ultra Baja Brew with a Thunderfall and dust drinking out of it as Chillpills was able to root down Baja during his own coolness blind onto Baja. As his birds got actually completely shut down. Looks like Chillpills barely sacrificed any defensive cooldowns in order to be able to survive that. That is fantastic. As a Frost Death Knight, this is the perfect situation to want to be in. He is getting kind of low on health, but that Zoan is going to be an extra target for him to generate runic power off of and get a couple of death strikes off of. Hopefully Hamawari isn't going to be clipped out in the open. Hamawari, you may want to back up a little bit. I don't know if you're sitting in stealth or you're out of stealth. I can't tell. Oh, you're out of stealth. Okay, cool. As long as these guys know where you are. Because if you're in stealth and you get AoE'd, Baja could be like, wait, what is this Feral Druid doing on top of me? Wait. I feel like it creates a situation of confusion where he could think like you're just trying to attack you or trying to sneak up on him or something. But at least having you out in the open like that is fine. Maybe you just let him know, hey, I'm next. Chillpills streaking it out. Stone onto Baja Brew. Looking to cleave him down. Oh, and the Frost Death Knight bursts as soon as he gets it. Streaking out of the enemy target. Catch him in the Remorse's Winter Stone. Freeze their bones and go for the Pillar of Frost. Obliterate Cleave. Taking him down and splitting the enemy in two. With a big old two-hand as a Frost DK becomes quite easy. Stone on Chillpills as it gets opened up by Revendare out in the middle of between the pillars rather. AMS up for Chillpills, trying to reduce some of the explosive damage from the Death Strike. Death Shockham's Death Strike. I'm gonna be getting all of these abilities mixed up tonight, boys. I'm just feeling it's that kind of a night. Chillpills trying to keep himself stabilized against the pets, against the double T-Rexes on him. Did sacrifice ABF as well as an AMS, no trinket available, but needs to make a play versus Revendare. That is a human with a relentless trinket. So the stun from Moses Winter and the blind from Blinding Sleep isn't going to be as effective, but that control with roots and slows is going to be fantastic. One of the pets down. Looks like might have been just a side pet for Revendare. Trying to see if he can land a stun blind onto Revendare after he started the Remorse Winter. Trying to see if he can make some big blitz happen. It's going to be Revendare, I believe, human racialing out of the stun. So that's going to be Revendare not able to break out of a stun for 3 more minutes. Which puts him kind of in the open. Again, that relentless trinket is going to help him out. It's going to let him escape that stun, the shackles of that frosty tomb, the prison of Remorseless Winter a little bit faster. But maybe Chillpills, maybe that'll be enough that the 3 seconds of lockdown will be enough to get a couple of back-to-back obliterates versus Revendare. Chillpills just try to see if he can stabilize. This is where Revendare could potentially push in. Chillpills does not have the same longevity when it comes to damage or survivability that Revendare does. Revendare can just continue kiting, give himself a leech pet, do a little bit of damage and let that leech help him recover, or pop a heal on a pet, which that leech will allow them to heal themselves as well. So actually, longevity and sustained damage is a lot better than Chillpills, who's very CD reliant. Chillpills trying to see if he can advance towards Revendare. Does he have the big grippy hand? This potential could be a big go. Turtle shell out of Revendare before Chillpills committed 80 cooldowns, but we do see that Ethan sitting on a full runic power. He can do whatever he wants to do with it. That's back-to-back death strikes at the rate. Trying to see if he can lock down Revendare. As they're attempting to see if they can back up, but the rune keeps him in place, blind with a stun, big grippy hand. The rogue is getting gripped in. That's going to be back-to-back obliterates. Just 2 oblits is all what he really did. He getting gripped up on Chicago, taking the momentum onto the shaman, absolutely blasting him out with assaults. Oh my god! What just happened? Chillpills just took that momentum. Chicago gave it in with a static totem in place. Got going then. That silence was super effective, locking out Chicago from being able to heal themselves. And those obliterates just continued the onslaught. He just took that ramping damage he gets from the Pillar of Frost and continued those obliterates back to back onto the Shaman. Jesus Christ. Bones of Steel is going to be up next, forcing an IBF out of Chillpills as well as the Death Pact. And Chillpills sending out the Frostworm's Fury, sending out the Frost Drake to keep the Rogue at least a little bit in combat, but looks like it wasn't enough. Looks like it hits him, but doesn't put him in combat. Or still allows him to use a stealth. He didn't vanish for it or anything. Stun to Bones of Steel. Chillpills just trying to see if he can play defensively. He's going to take the stun and find himself a little bit of reset. Caught a couple of death strikes off of the Rogue. The Rogue is actually out in the open without a Cloak of Shadows, without an evasion, with a Vanish Blind. So at least he has tools to reset from Chillpills, but he doesn't have defensive tools at all. Chillpills taking a bit of the damage back to back. Death strikes are going to be huge here. The harder you hit, the harder you hit a Death Knight, the harder Death Strikes will heal. As long as I have a full bar of runic power before the dampener really goes up, you get hit for big. Those next two Death Strikes, if you can chain them back to back, are going to be brutal. Blind onto the Rogue immediately, trying to see if he can force a trick out of him. Chillpills may have to go in with a stun, trying to see if he can make him more winter with a stun onto a root onto the Rogue, just actually standing right out of his side of his range. Blind onto the Death Knight. So Bones of Steel can avoid being locked down with burst into that stun. That's a very, very tricky blind. Eating a Death and Decay, Ghoul around the corner, which potentially keep the Rogue in combat for a bit here. If the Ghoul is careful, it looks like, why is Ghoul? Why is this mindless undead Ghoul literally the smartest pet I've ever met? Honestly, like Shaman pets are not super smart. Warlock pets are never smart. The Ghoul has to be the smartest AI pet in World of Warcraft. This is just not even like a real Ghoul, it's just a summon that a Frost Death Knight gets. You can't even control it. And look how effective this pet is being at keeping the Rogue in combat. I can't ever imagine a moment where Earth Elemental was that effective. This Ghoul right now is literally the hero that Chillpills needs. He's literally out here, and he's going to give Chillpills a little bit extra health to work with, because he can just sacrifice for a bit of runic power. But the Rogue is getting denied a reset. Got himself calm points off of the pet. Tricking out Chillpills. Trying to see if he can go for a root into Bones of Steel. Cloak of Shadows by the Rogue. Has Vanish out in case he wants to. As long as this Rogue does not get stunned up, he will be in a okay spot. Trick available. He's going to go for a Vanish, but Chillpills is right on top of him. Does he know that he's literally on the Rogue? I think he more or less knew that he was next to Rogue somewhere. There should be a dot on the Rogue either way, but it looks like there isn't. I forget, Mortis Winter does not apply your dot, does it? It doesn't apply... it doesn't apply your Frost Fever at all. I feel like it should though. I feel like how good would that be? Gonna be a root immediately onto the Rogue as he goes in aggressive with Chillpills with an evasion, trying to become literally immune to all physical damage. IBF on Chillpills with a Death Pact. Got himself grippy hand. Bones of Steel has nowhere to go. Quick disarming the Chillpills. He got himself that big A-bomb limb. He got himself that disarmed A-bomb limb to help him keep going. Root into the Rogue with a silence to follow. Not sure what you can silence, but that remote switch is definitely going to stop him. Do you help the Obliterates to make it happen? Trick it out of the Rogue, and oh, he does run over the Rogue. With Briz, Crane gonna be up next. Immediate root by the Death Knight. Immediately roots him. Quick grip, as this is where Chillpills now wants to get some value off him. Gonna grip him, couple of Death Strikes, back up out of there. Briz actually took a bit of damage, decided to use defensives and offensive at once, but Chillpills backed up out of the Venthyr Fury Warrior, so actually should have a little bit more survivability versus Chillpills. That Venthyr ability should reduce how much damage Chillpills does to Briz, as long as Chillpills is either high on health or low on health. If it's high on health, if Briz goes for a couple of those aggressive eviscerates, or executes rather, he should be able to get a lot of defense versus the Death Knight, or at least lots of upfront defense. Briz with immediate reflect. I don't know what Chillpills really reflected back to himself. Probably a Frost Fever, summoning up a pet. That's going to be a root onto Briz. Briz can go for executes, should be going for them condemns with Chillpills, trying to go for survivability. Stun, big damage, burst into Briz. Oh, two oblits back to back is all that it took. My goodness, what a start to the evening. Not only did Chillpills walk in, was able to beat a monk when Walker, which is not usually easy, was able to counteract the Rogue, was able to just reverse a lot of potential off Hunter into the Shaman, just take that bursty momentum and just carry it over and just absolutely savage these boys out. Jesus Christ. Let's get another going, boys. Yeah, well, these boys need another opportunity, especially Team Chillpills who didn't get the chance to play. Chill's literally deleting everybody. Dude, he's just logging onto everyone's accounts, going /delete. Jesus Christ, what's up, Zixato, my guy? What's a better hire? That was a commentator for PvP seasons. Bro, no, you know what? You know when they should do that? When they should extend that hand? When I learn how to slow down. when I learn how to slow down and stop mumbling, jumbling, blurring my words together, chewing on my words. Once I learn how to do that, then maybe. I think otherwise it'll be unfair for the viewers. Battle shout, yes. So raid buffs are allowed, because there's certain things we can't really control. So raid buffs are totally allowed. Raid buffs are allowed. Warlock Hellstones are allowed. Certain use of PvP talents are allowed. Like Shadowpits can use Void Shift if they want to. That's allowed, because Shadowpits right now don't have enough ability for duels. They generally don't have enough ability unless we're talking about SP and Kib. They're just insane over in EU. They're just a whole nother breed. But yeah, certain abilities are allowed. Tanks are not allowed. But yeah, like, how are we gonna control whether you can have battle shout or not, right? We can't. But we can't do like priest buffs allowed, mage buff is allowed, warrior buffs allowed. All that stuff is fine. Warlock Hellstone is allowed because again we can't really control it. We can ask feral druids to not be in bear form if they are running like Ysera's gift. If they're restoration affinity, they just don't be in bear form so it doesn't heal the ally if they're next to you. Shamans don't drop your totems down unless you're dueling, stuff like that. But yeah, Seppa's so annoying. The ability should be deleted. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, you know what? In fact, a cheap shot also some ability should be deleted. Shadow Strike. Why do rogues get a Shadow Strike? What are rogues gonna vanish? What other class could just disappear? Deleted. How about we just delete rogue in general? I feel like so many people would just have so much, at least like a month of happiest gameplay ever if rogue just outright got deleted. I feel like eventually people will find like the next class to complain about, but rogue is definitely one that people hate with a passion. The Twitch. We got ourselves Revenant gonna be first out for the team 2, skulking around, looking for their next victim. They are not aware that Bakey is literally huddled in a corner, waiting out, maybe just waiting for Revenant to poke his head out. And Revenant does break that camo for Bakey. This is an opportunity to at least get in there. You know what? I never see anybody hang out or back here with all this snow. I never see anybody go that far back in the arena. You can only do it on this side, you can't do it there. I never see anybody go in the corners like that. That is so weird and unusual. Bakey opening up versus Revenant immediately with a Berserk Bleed, trying to see if he can maybe fear out the Feral. Gonna be immediate feint death to remove all those dots with a Lust for Revenant, using a Lust inside of an arena. Blasphemy, but it is a PvP talent that lets him do that. Revenant is gonna go for as much damage as possible. Big Death Chakra to follow. Bacon no longer has a wall. That's gonna be his only Barsky keeping him alive. Does try to go for friends and regen healing, but those pets are on him with a Mortal Strike effect, biting a bleeding wound on Bacon, reducing some of the healing effect. This interrupt onto that nature. Does he go for a Flesh Cup? Potentially, he could go for a Flesh Cup in bear form. Going to be Flesh Cup for Revenant as the Skull Bash comes out. Bacon finds himself extremely low. Next kill shot could potentially be the game killer here. Convoke, he's a Night Fae. The pets are right next to Revenant. Looks like they took all the bites out of that serious Convoke. Bake is still super low on health, trying to go for a bit of regrowth. The pets are on him, continuing the rampage, continuing the onslaught as a Bestial Wrath is empowering them. Quick AoE disorient by the druid, trying to get the pets off of him. But Revenant is not deterred, dropping down tar traps to slow it down Bacon one way or another. The pets that continue to get a bit of damage, they definitely need to get ramped up again. These pets definitely need to get ramped up in order to be effective. You need that frenzy stacks in order to make him actually decent. Stun by Revenant onto Revenant, but he breaks out of it to get a stun back out to Bacon with a Chimeric Poison. I forgot the name of it for a second. I started thinking of like, wait, Serpent Sting, Spider Sting, Scorpion Sting. What is it? What is that Chimeric now? It's just a big poison, big Chimeric effect, which I think is a little bit, I don't know, I kind of miss the original poisons. I was hoping maybe those would return somewhere. Another big Deathstroke, a bunch of Bacon trying to go for a Convoke. Last second to heal, but it was over. Deathstroke is quite effective. Gonna be Luffy. Immediately frozen as he goes in for a Nick versus Revenant, and that gives Revenant that freeze. Gives him an opportunity to get himself a full camo. Not like he really needed much health, but definitely gets an advantage to reposition, which is amazing for a hunter, especially because you can set yourself up where you want to go and create an opportunity to kite. That's going to be Luffy actually jumping off of the platform. He needs to re-engage with Revenant as best as he can, but Revenant trying to make sure there's a pretty big gap between the two. Maybe could drop some traps down. Luffy is focusing on those pets though. This is where Revenant may have to just play it easily. Back up the pets, get at least a pet heal rolling, let them do some damage to Luffy. Luffy can't just go healing behind the pillar. No dampening yet, so this monk is in no pressure at the moment. It's gonna go for a port, not really sure why. Did he make a mistake? I think he made a mistake. I think he's like, wait, I made a mistake. Chimeric on him, Death Shock him. Wait, Luffy, are you gonna have to karma pet? Luffy, oh, what is going on, Luffy? I was gonna say, are you gonna have to karma pet? I think he may have needed to. Oh my god, Revendare, that Death Shock him is brutal. Brutal. It does. Wait, did they ever update Death Shock him on live so it does more damage to like magic and physical? Because that's true, that explosive probably does a lot more damage than normal. And those pets are just doing all physical damage. Alfred's trying to see if he can sneak around Revendare. Got his weapon all loaded up, ready to heave a clean cut, but Revendare freezing his approach. Stun onto the hunter with a grippy head. That's going to be the pet in power. That's going to be Revendare breaking out of it. I believe a human racial with a turtle shell. Trying to see if he can just back up out of there to a whole nother zip code, moving out of state into a whole nother place. Just trying to start a whole new life with his pets. And it's going to be the ghoul chasing after him, transformed, quick stun. The dots and diseases are still up on Revendare. Does it re-engage back with Alfred's will? The pets, full army of the dead join in. Alfred's shrinking out of the Chimera. Going to be a quick explosive onto Alfred's. Still super low on health, sounds on Revendare, but Alfred just can't approach him. Can't walk at him fast enough. Stun onto Alfred's as he got nothing left. IBM to break out of that stun, but the hunter already ramped up all the damage on the world. Hamawari going up next, playing that Necrolord Feral. Is it going to come in big bleeds onto Revendare? Revendare trying to see if he can make pressure. Needs to feign death immediately. Oh my god, Hamawari. That was a lot of burst. I was going to say this is where you need to feign death immediately, but essentially, my boy Revendare had nothing at the end. He was actually spent. That was so much burst damage out of this Feral. He was really quick in the draw. That was a lot of bleeds at once. What kind of a Lego are you running now? Are you running like a Cycle Legendary for faster bleeds? Because that'd be kind of nuts if you are. Bones of Steel trying to see if you can maybe stun lock Hamawari. Is able to break the flesh. Bart's going to be up immediately for Hamawari. Trying to go for a bit of a defense here. Bones of Steel not deterred. He's just staying on him with an evasion. Start to deny any kind of stuns from Hamawari. And it's going to go for a quick shadow step. Just trying to see if he can get around him. Hamawari leaping right after the rogue. Put another bleeds. Quick maim. May have to go for a heal. It's going to be a sipping up to remove some of those bleeds as he dips low. Trick it out of the Feral Joy. Trying to keep the dots on the Bones of Steel. There's still quite a bit of dots rolling. That's going to break him out of the cell. Shadow step by the rogue. That's going to be Hamawari with a flesh cap. Perfect opportunity for the rogue to go for an intro. But now the rogue is exposed. This is where Hamawari can maybe take him down. Just spamming moving fires. Building them calm points, bash at our Bones. This is where Bones, if you have the damage with that Shadow Blades, this is where you can potentially just end it. Hamawari got emergency heal. Cheap shots are locking him down quite heavily. Maim, reversal onto Bones, but it's actually very low on DR. Or high on DR rather. Gonna be Hamawari super low, but oh my god, last minute bite onto that rogue. It just felt like taking a big old bite out of that boy. Hamawari with a disorient on Chicago, dodging the stun totem. Chicago actually going for a trinket out of the camp, but just trying to see if he can add the Feral. Doesn't want to give him a chance to survive. As we head into that 6-minute mark, 9% damper to Chill Pills. Approaches Chicago. Chicago breaks out of those shackles too quickly. Wind shear the flesh cut out, which denies Chill Pills a little bit of survivability, which is something that would have been amazing right now as he goes in for damage. This is where Chicago can actually break through the defenses of a Death Knight. Chilpa is trying to commit not all damage, actually just literally playing into not even a Pillar of Frost. Wait, now he's going for Pillar of Frost. Now he's going in for Remorseless Winter. Sounds into Chicago. All the damage in the world. Chicago needs to use every defense available in order to survive it. They do have opportunity to at least heal themselves plenty of mana, but do they have the Maelstrom to do so? If they have the Maelstrom, they could maybe stay alive, but no, the overwhelming power of a Frost Death Knight just forces them over. But Chilpa is out in the open. Used quite a lot of offensives and a good portion of his defensives in order to fight Chicago. Does sacrifice the ghoul though. Has the death pack. IBF. I don't know what AMZ can do for you, but maybe AMZ can stop some of that Zuen damage from BDB damage potentially. I'm not really like 50% reduction, but it's still going to be big kicks and big fists punching you down. Baja Brew trying to see if he can close the gap with a Death Knight. But that Chain of Ice and the roots from Chains is actually a perfect control tool for Chilpas. He just needs to buy himself some time. He needs to buy himself some time between the blinds, between the Morsel Winter Stun, and between the Pillar of Frost. If he can do both of those, pop a Pillar, well, pop a blind, pop a stun with a Pillar, force the trick out of Baja Brew, Chain of Root stun him, or Chain of Root him away from him. You may be able to just survive and outlive the damage of the defenses of a monk to a certain degree. Disarm to Chilpas, actually unable to do much. It's going to be a secondary stealth back into Baja, blind to follow force and trick out of the monk, which is a perfect opportunity for Chilpas. This way Chain of Ice roots could be fundamentally useful. Just Chain of Ice rooting him. The Chain of Ice itself slows him down dramatically, but the roots allow you just a little bit more distance to break away from the monk. Fleshcraft, Chilpos trying to see if he can close the gap, maybe interrupt the last second, does get to either way. So at least he's denying some of the survivability for Baja. Speaking about Fleshcraft, Chilpos should be getting his own right now, and that's going to give him a little bit more of the survivability, which is fantastic. The death that is recovering on cooldowns effectively, IBF still available, Deathpick still available, so you still got them emergency abilities too. AMS coming back up very soon as well. Baja Brew has the one back up, Lexip and everything. Chilpos does have a trigger for it though. And this is where the death hit. Perfect opportunity. Walked out of the Fist of Fury. Rune into Baja. Standing next to him with our Mortis Winter. It is eventually going to stop him. Big grippy hand. Massive obliterate damage. Is splitting the monk into a silence right after. It's going to be a trinket to break out of that. Oh my god. Trinket to break out of the disarm. And then just taking the momentum into Briskrade. Oh my goodness. Chilpos absolutely just finished it off so strong for his team. My goodness, 3 after Revendare has had a hell of a performance over for the team too. Chilpos just walks in before the dampen ramps up in the 10-minute mark, just goes back in and then just finishes it off on that cleanup duty. My goodness. Thank goodness dampening wasn't that high. I feel like Chilpos, if dampening was that high, if too high, it would have been much harder for Chilpos to really capitalize on that. Because deathlights generally don't do well in high dampening. Man, yo, the Revendare Birds, by the way, has been incredible. What was that? That monk didn't even stand a chance. Death Shackle just shook him up in half. Just got another one going, boys, yeah? Hell yeah, Knight can get 5. Do we need to wait for Chicago to get a 5, man? Or are we chilling? Let me know, boys, if we need more. I'm sure there could be there's probably going to be somebody in chat who's like, yo, can I join in? Do you guys got a spot? Speaking about people joining in, what about my man Seavark? I miss ya. Or is it taking like a break? Or is he grinding? Is either grinding super hard with the Archimage boss and he's like just trying to see if he can go far? Or he's just taking a break. I'm not really sure which one. Hopefully we'll see him at some point, man. Maybe we'll see a new and improved Seavark with full gear ready to go. 2400 plus. Absolutely just crushing it. He's literally gonna go for 1 arcane missiles and everybody melts. Chilpos came in so fast. Hey, yeah, Chilpos just took that momentum, especially at the end. He just had to ramp up from the monk, just took that momentum into the warrior, just continued the obliterates back to back. That's where you gotta pop a defensive or CC Chilpos while his cooldowns are rolling. That's the biggest thing about Death Knights, is they don't have a lot of like sustain, but they have an incredibly good burst. So yeah, at least in 1v1 situations they don't have good sustain. Maybe in like 2v2, 3v3 that have decent better sustain, because maybe like enemies are close together, you could just chill, streak it onto a healer and a DPS. Hope you see the Alpha 5V5 classes build versus build. I want to do the same thing, Zooks. I definitely want to do the same. I think that'd be really fun. Imagine like 5 evokers, and you have some fire evokers, you have some frost evokers. I like the different builds they do. And then see what works. I think it'd be really fun to see like hunters, right? Beast Mastery, Marksman, Survival, Rogues, Outlaws, Subtleties, and Assassinations. I don't know why I blanked out on Assassination. I think it'd be really fun to see Warriors compete against each other and Death Knights, Unholies, and Frosts. I think that'd be really cool. Alpha Dose would be so cool. Dude, we just need more bodies, man. We need my boy Chilpos, Chicago, Seavark, Kragar. We need to get some of the other EU boys on there too, man. Good to see the regulars on there. We did enough to make 2 5-man groups, and that's all. If you can make 2 5-man groups, would be good. У вас проводятся лучшие PvP турниры. Большое спасибо, что нравится, Вадим. Большое спасибо. Мне очень нравятся эти дуэли, как его хост в Европе и в Америке. Очень нравится. With new talents, we'll see different class builds. Hopefully so. Hopefully so. At least early in Dragonflight, I think we'll see a lot of different builds. Eventually, I'm sure people will figure out like there's a meta, and the meta will develop. Like that's just gonna happen. But I feel like even with the developed meta, there'll always be opportunity for people to play a slightly different build, slightly adjusted build, or try another whole set of talents in order to come up with something new that people don't expect. You know. I love the class fantasy of the DKs, the old starting quests, some of the best. They're long though. Like playing them in Wrath of Lich King don't feel bad, but like going back and playing the current Death Knight, doing the whole wait until the big war at the end, it's cool. It's like I feel like, I don't know, I feel like maybe I've done it too many times, so like I want to skip through it. But yeah, the original ones are really good. The original ones are fantastic. I feel like they're a little bit better, and maybe I just need to play through them again, but I feel like they're a little bit better on like Wrath Classic. because Death Knights have like access to all icy touch abilities and like they have blood, unholy, frosty abilities, so you just have like a very busy rotation. But maybe I need to replay that again. Are some good back and forth? Hell yeah. Definitely agree they're long. Yeah, they are. Like maybe they were structured a little bit, and that big battle at the end was a little like a cinematic, and they just fight like, what was it, Morgraine or Lich King at the end for a little bit, knocks it back. I mean, it's really cool and thematic. I'm glad they kept it. But yeah, making a whole new Death Knight and going through it again. Don't want to do that. Although they've gotten better at intros, and the intro for Evoker seems fairly quick, and it teaches you the basics. Same thing for Demon Hunter. I thought it was pretty good back in the day. Yeah, DK or Evoker or Demon Hunter starting zone. What's your favorite? I'd say Evoker is really good. I'd say Evoker zone is cool. One, because you can immediately soar in that zone, and it's really fun. Two, I think it does a really good job of teaching you how to like do class abilities. I think it's probably the best version of that intro for like a new starting class. I think it's really cool. I like how slow it starts you with, and I just like the zone in general. I think the Death Knight is still the OG, and it's always going to be like one of the best. But I really do like the Evoker starting intro. I did on stream once, and I kind of enjoyed it. Когда будет дуэльный турнир в США, Россия? Один день, это нужно ждать, когда все будет на альфе или бета, или все на PTR. Это только так можно делать в Европе versus Америкой. Будет завтра. Да, у нас были дуэли 5-9-2 на PTR. Где США и Россия. Ну, это какое? Европейские друзья и с русскими там. И американские, это что? Америка, Канада и все в регионе дуэли сегодня себя друг друга. Нужно на PTR или на Alpha. Vadim asked, yo, when can we get a tournament like USA versus Team Russia, like EU versus NA kind of deal? I said you either do it on PTR or you be doing it like when everybody gets Alpha or Beta. But I'd be down to. Alright, it looks like we got groups, boys. Chicago Night King. Let's see how we do. 5 men ready to go. Time for round 2, and then I'm making dinner. Sounds good, reference. Sounds good, my guy. Are we still looking for a +1 for one of these two? Somebody declined. I can wait. I can give you guys a second. I can just chill for a moment. 2, 4. Alright. Yo, we need one more for my boy Chill Pills. If y'all want to join up, raids, a legacy section, and dungeon raids. I know it's weird, but we do it for the cross faction goodness. If you guys want to join up with cross faction, join through raids legacy. My boy Chill Pills will be there. Yeah. Sounds good, reverence, my man. How you doing, by the way? Hope you're having a good one. There's no Ori this time around, so you should be pretty good. Dude, Ori blasted last week, man. I'm so sad that I had like a emergency thing come up during that stream. But thank goodness I still had the footage. It's not the best camera work, but I was so glad to be able to go back and like re-comment it over that duel. I enjoyed that one thoroughly. Ori is nuts, man. Them starbursts is incredible. It's actually such a cool ability. It's like such a weird ability because I'm not great at using it. And it's like it's a positional thing, and it's like a zoning ability. But like his ability to just move around, utilize mobility to its fullest in order to get around and pick up all the starbursts and then chain them as part of damage and crowd control. It is so good. I didn't realize that Monk was trying to see if I could approach Ori, hit him with an incap, trying to leg sweep and lock it down, and the starburst just sent him flying because Ori had a eclipse, so the starburst just do much more damage because of that mastery. It was just hilarious. I didn't even realize that's what happened. So watching it back and commentating it all over, I decided, like, you know what? I'm just gonna start commentating. I'm not gonna preview it. I'm just gonna kind of talk about it like as if I'm seeing it for the first time. And I just started laughing, dude. I just decided, you know what? Maybe I should re-record a laugh track. I was like, you know what? It's an actual reaction. I'll just leave it in. Because I didn't realize he just literally blasted him like that. I had no idea. You guys in chat were saying, man, this guy's a god. And I was like, yeah, something must have happened, but I was dealing with other stuff, so I missed it. A little bit sad about it, honestly. This time I just finished a couple of 2s. Faced Bing Lee, Wrinkle Multi was so dumb for me. Oh man. It'd be like that, yeah. It'd be like that sometimes. Boys, if y'all want to join up, we got ourselves. Oh, I'm seeing the boy in here. Oh my goodness, y'all better let him out first for a rip before the dampening really stops him. My boys, you were joining. Yo, we need 2 more for Team Chill Pills, boys. You're more welcome to get your friends, get your homies, get your guildies in on that thing. So, or even insane bokeh footage. That guy is incredible. I wish I had the better camera angles for it, but that guy is just insane. He is actually just, we don't get a lot of boomies in these duels. So this guy is like the peak of boomy gameplay as far as we all know. Like, can't there be somebody better? Like, he's got some Tyrez level action in there, man. It's incredible. It's actually just such a joy to watch. Because it's like, we don't see a lot of boomies. So seeing like a really good one, man, it's a humbling experience. It is a humbling experience. It makes you want to play one too. I'm hoping boomies get a couple more updates on the Dragonflight Alpha before the end of the testing period. Because I don't think druids have had enough like blue post stuff regarding some of the changes. Hopefully we'll get some in the future though. We'll get some going forward. Well, they changed solo shuffle, by the way. Not much of PvP, so really caught the news. So they added a new item level for minimum item level scaling. So when you go into solo shuffle and you're trying to queue up, it'll give you like a minimum item level. They recently buffed the minimum item level for solo shuffle, so that if you're, let's say, a new player just trying to get some gear, you won't be completely stomped by players that are super geared. Because at least, like, let's say you don't have a lot of gear that scales super high, it'll scale you to like 278 item level, I believe, if not higher, for solo shuffle, just so you can stand at least somewhat of a chance, at least a modicum of a chance against like all the gear players. And that's the change that they made recently. I think that's about it. I don't know if there's any more than that, but that was a recent-ish change, and it's pretty good. It's I think it's great for players trying to do some solo shuffle, especially if you're trying to gear. I think it mostly just helps out people gear, because solo shuffle generally has been good for conquest and honor grinding, at least in the past. Although with it being like less accessible, it definitely made it a little bit of a struggle to get in. But with these changes, it'll hopefully allow people to queue up for dungeons. Oh, queue up for dungeons. Queue up for raids. For some reason, it just got stuck in my head like raids and dungeons, like rated content or like endgame content. I'm just mixing them up back and forth. But it will allow people to queue up for the solo shuffle arenas and actually stand somewhat of a chance. Is I guess what I was trying to say. Hopefully. I think I want to do that. Trying to do some thumbnail stuff in the background here, boys. Sorry, I'm a little distracted. Just only a little bit distracted. A little biggie, yeah. Let's see. I'll move that over to here-ish. Beautiful. Alrighty. Sorry. While waiting for Chill Pills to get a 5th, I'm just doing some background stuff on YouTube end. Chill Pills the man, bro. You haven't seen it play at all, have you? It's so good though. Pete, if you haven't seen it, dude, I think you're gonna enjoy some of these moments. I mean, for Chill Pills, love watching him. Max, we're all here too, aren't we? We don't see Destros anymore. I think me and Thugonomics almost left. Yo, hopefully we'll see some Destro change. What are your thoughts about Destro and Dragonflight though, Reverence? Aren't you in the alpha too? Like, have you played it at all? I think they have potential. Like the backdraft ability, make it return, I think could be extremely good. Extremely good for the class going forward. But we'll see, yeah? Time will tell how good it's gonna be all in all. But I'm excited, man. I'm hopeful. Very hopeful. Hopefully it'll be the buff that the class needs in order to become like more relevant, more competitive, I guess is the best way to put it. Hoping for the best for sure though. What's up, yo? What's up, Grundy? How you doing, my man? Hope you're having a good one. How you doing, my boy? How you doing? Welcome back. What you up to, fam? What you getting into as a recent? Oh, Crunchy, remind me, I need to get my ults done. See it in chat, I was like, oh wait, yeah, I gotta still get my ults done for the week. I also still gotta get a Corsair ring. Burn a Corsair ring for out is really good for PvE. It's a little bit better than Mechagon stuff, but not much better, but like marginally better. You know what I mean? If that makes any sense. I still gotta take care of that. Yo, Dal, how's it going, Atho? Hope you're having a good one. I have to play arenas for 6 hours straight at 4:30 in the morning because I play with friends and I heard stuck at 1.5 rated because Giga tryhards a little MMR. Yeah, apparently this is something about like the MMR. There's been issues with the MMR system recently, and they're trying to get a fix to adjust it. Yeah, apparently like MMR is a little bit broken. So yeah, it may be like that for a little bit. So it's not even your guys' fault, man. If you guys are running to ranked ones, like there's not much you can really do about it, right? Not much you could do. How's my boy Chilpa's group doing? They just did one more with my man Seamark, boys. It'll be good to go. Join up, man. Join them up. They just did one more and they'll be good to go, boys. I want to see my man Seamark pop off in that arcade. We need one more boy to join that team just so we can get some fives. Also, what arena should we queue us in for? I kind of want to do Black Cold. And want to grind Conquest? I still need to grind Conquest, man. I need to grind it out. Like, why the hell do I face 100k unbuffed HP people in 1.4 or more? It's like, no matter how hard we all play them, we just win because you're a better comp. Yeah. Yeah, I haven't tried the grind yet, but I imagine I would run into very, very similar issues if I did that. Yeah, it's an MMR issue. Blizzard said themselves they're working on a fix. I don't know if they had a fix already enabled. I imagine by the reset, they'll have some kind of fix. So right now, just like try to get yourself some Conquest. That's all I could think of. Just take the wins where you can, you know? Just try to see if you can grind it out. And then pushing comes next week, man. You know what I mean? But we'll see. I imagine other people are experiencing very, very similar issues, though. If you guys are running into a bunch of glads, they're just stomping all over everybody. I imagine everybody else experiencing very, very similar issues, though. Don't run into a problem on the PvE, man. Got a max out of 1950 as a mage. Yeah. That's a bit of a different story. Am I in love with somebody Warlock and the alpha is undefeated and Duels is like 48 and 0, something like that? Let's go! What kind of a build are you trying to play on that Warlock right now? Are you playing the backdraft? It doesn't like listen to feedback a lot because it's submitted quite a bit and has been addressed. Yeah, it's good. I mean, it's awesome that they've been at least listed. Like no, I can't say that for every class, right? We have some priests and druids that are still haven't got too many adjustments as of recently. I mean, I guess shamans and rogues don't really get adjustments regularly either. But there's not really as much of an issue with their talents. Like shamans and rogues are mostly satisfied, not in everything, but our talents looking pretty good. That being said, like priests and druids, I'm waiting to see what kind of updates they're getting. You get a 5, let's go in Chicago. Hopefully, sell a group blood. We gotta go take you guys into that Black Rook hold. We got ourselves groups up and running, boys, for another 5v5 1v1 duel. Let's get in here, boys. Yeah. Let's get another duel for the day. My boy Seamark, are we going to be leaving him on the back draft, boys? Are we going to be leaving him on the back draw? Or are we sending him out first? Sorry about that. We'll get the duels up and running here in a bit. I'm still doing some background stuff. I tried to get the show up and running as early as I could, and I just was like, man, I'm just behind and everything. Again, one of those days where I just didn't get much sleep, boys. So I'm just kind of like, yo, I'm making the sacrifice. Hope you guys enjoy the duels, though. Maybe I should have just delayed the stream by like 10 more minutes or something and had a proper meal. I'm not feeling bad, though. I haven't barely had coffee, too. Got to nerf survival hunters, most of raid spec and PvP. Really? Like, on damage? Are they just blasting people out of the park right now? To Twitch. We got ourselves team one together with Bruce over as a Shammy as enhanced with Morpheus in the back as a Fury. We got Seamark gonna be first up for the day. Got himself the Scythe Reaper look with a bit of that Warlock layout. We got Chilpas in the back and Alpha is on standby. With Seamark waiting out for the first competitor of the day. It's either going to be Bones of Steel, maybe Briss, maybe Reverence first up with a pet. Shaking Soda in the back. Look at the fizz all over there. Hopefully it doesn't fizzle out. I was trying to make like a Shaking Soda joke and I kind of just stopped myself. I decided, you know what, fizzle out probably was the better one. That's how my brain works. Reverend, try to see if you may be able to avoid Seamark, but it's going to be a quick volley. Maybe the bed could be there for the intro. Knows that it's going to happen. The Infernal, try to see if you can approach her with Seamark. I'm not really sure if the Infernal is as controllable as the normal pet, so Reverend's at least trying to get the Infernal somewhere in the vicinity of Seamark and walk by him for a second, but just didn't realize that that was what he was trying to do. He didn't realize, wait, you want me to attack that guy? Okay. Touching the magic from a distance. Gonna be big missiles versus Reverence. Trying to see maybe you can survive it. Gonna be missiles and blast bar Seabark. Trying to see if he can maybe get some big barrage damage. Got himself all the instant cast. Reverence is down to half his health. With Seabark trying to see if he can maybe catch up on a little bit of healing, a little bit of cooldown reduction all the time to bring him back up to speed with a bit of a self-heal. With that shield. Got himself a little bit of that health recovery as the shield gets depleted, but Elizabeth just devours it, just yoinks it, ends up killing himself in the process. Quick interrupt to Reverence for just a second as I try to build up the tier set bonus in order to be able to get a big old Chaos Bolt blast back to back on the Seabark. Because if they're able to do so, if you're able to get a full Chaos Bolt into a freebie secondary Chaos Bolt with a Blasphemy dropping in, that damage altogether is quite brutal. Gonna be Seabark just trying to see if he can maybe get some distance from Reverence, just trying to see if he can pelt him with missiles, forcing out an interrupt out of Reverence pet really early, which gives Seabark an opportunity to actually get some free casting onto Reverence with not a lot of ways for him to stop it unless Reverence got crowd control. More to call on Seabark, got himself the ulti time ahead of time. Fear attempt by Reverence. It's going to be full burst out of Seabark, trying to see maybe we can make the missile play happen. That's going to be big incinerates back to back for Reverence. Does he get himself the big decimating bolt? I think it's just back to back incinerates just for the sake of damn. Dark back to Fala just to give himself a little bit more of a shield. Got himself a bit of a defense as Seabark is going to recover back behind the pillar as well with a shield of his own. Just trying to see if he can maybe fish some of those instant cast procs. Or clear cast and procs rather. Big missiles versus Reverence doing a bit of damage though. Build barrages to follow. Instant cast Chaos Bolt versus Seabark as he got himself the rune of power. Actually, not even rune of power. Just actual power. Arcane power. Not rune of power. Trying to see if he can steal the reflect from Reverence. I think may have been somewhat successful. Gonna be another set of missiles while touching magic and Reverence. Big touching magic damage onto the Warlock. But the Mortal Coil is gonna help him stay alive and healthy. All the time for Seabark. Got himself lots of ability as that fear went off. Shadow Fear around the corner. Can't really do much about it. Just go for a blink immediately. Interrupt onto the Shadow Fire onto Reverence's head. Gonna be missiles just to drill him down afterwards. That is super unfortunate. But for Seabark, this is a perfect situation. Feral, Shake and Soda going to be up next. May potentially force the Ice Block on a Seabark. That is a full Berserk. So Seabark decided, you know what? Ice Block onto the Berserk may not be the worst move ever. He does have Ice Block. That is a way shorter cooldown than 5 minutes though. His Ice Block is going to be a way shorter cooldown thanks to the Night Fae ability of shifting power. If he can get it off and to get a full channel of that ability, he can use the Ice Block a lot more often, which gives him a lot more of a defensive action. And Seabark actually is no stranger to dueling Ferals. He's actually done that in the past. So he's going to have to play this very, very carefully with the Feral. Definitely going to have to be as aggressive as possible whenever he gets a moment. He has to try to see if he can finish this duel before the dampening goes super high. For Shake and Soda, he actually wants to extend this duel as much as possible. Get some bleeds out of Seabark, maybe get a big old bite, line up all his bleeds all at once. And Seabark tried to see if he can avoid it. Skull Bash out of Shake and Soda really early, so actually Seabark could just cast it right in his face and there's nothing he can do to stop it. Missiles versus Shaken, and Seabark isn't all the time to reposition back. Shake and Soda trying to keep the dots rolling. He gotta keep a full Rake, Rip, and Moonpower on to Seabark whenever that shield is down. If he can successfully do that, then eventually Seabark is going to bleed out. Also, Shake and Soda, the more common points he can invest into finishers, the more of a cooldown reduction he gave for his tier set, which could be massive. Touch the magic getting set up. Shake and Soda taking lots of damage from the missiles, actually getting blasted out. Quick roar versus Seabark. Is that going to be the fattest possible touch of the Magi? Walling this damage off, just trying to take it up as much as possible. Jesus Christ, there was a lot of damage on my boy Seabark. My goodness, those missiles were just shredding him. And I think that would have been the fattiest touch of the Magi ever if there was no wall by a Feral Druid. But that is one more defensive that Seabark won't have to worry about. Skull Bash used by Feral really early. This way Seabark can actually just go for as much clear casting as possible. Just trying to see maybe if he can make those missiles work versus the Feral Druid. Is he getting them procs or just normal missiles? Flash crept around the corner. Seabark, I don't know if he has a blink for it or not, but looks like he's gonna go massive Viz and sit down, eat food immediately. My boy Chilpa's the thing got AFK'd out, which is super unfortunate, but it just means that Seabark is gonna have to hold the fort. Shift in power, got himself that Ice Block back up. It's ready as Berserk is back up on him. And Berserk can be quite deadly. Touch the magic getting loaded up versus Shake and Soda with yet another set of missiles. I think Seabark tried to see maybe he could use the ultimate time reposition against the Feral and maybe get himself another set of missiles. But that touch of the magic is gonna get committed quite a bit. Seabark trying to see if he can go for a little bit of healing with that food. But picking up the eye does allow him to at least see the Feral approaching him from south. hitting that 5-minute, actual 6-minute mark, 6% dampener. Feral leaping in, trying to get some damage onto the Seavark, but looks like he decides, you know what, I'm seeing the defensives, I've seen the prismatic, I'm seeing the barrier, I'm just gonna back up out of there, wait until those things are done, then get back at Seavark, generate comp points off of those pets for a little bit. And Seavark actually just trying to see if he can build up as much mana spending abilities as he can, just to build up those clear cast and stacks. Blink by the mage. I didn't even see where he went actually. But Shaken Soda could be in a bit of trouble next go. Try to see maybe if he can roar onto Seavark. I think may have missed it. Seavark has all the offensives available. Shaken Soda got Berserk back up. This could be an opportunity for either one of them to get aggressive and just try to see if they can end the duel here. Shaken Soda trying to see if they can maximize those bleeds. Going to be potentially a ice block out of Seavark. No Berserk for Shaken Soda. Big missiles for Seavark to follow up the Feral. With the Barks can touch the magic is going to slam down on him. But it's not going to have the most damage behind it. Seavark just waiting until the Berserk. He has ice block in case he needs to. Berserk is up. Does Seavark survive it? Just goes for all the time. He can live that thing. He can live that Berserk all the time. He's going to let him recover a lot of health. Does not have to go for an Ice Bug just yet. Actually trying to see if he can hurt the Feral out in the open. Maybe if he can reposition with a ult time on him. Get him out in the open away from the pillar. And then just continue drilling at him with those missiles back to back. What's up, Corey? How you doing, my man? Hope you having a good one, my guy. Yo, what's up, Basic? Came here just to show my support. Hope everything's doing well. What's up, Basic? Hope you're doing good, my guy. Hope you're having a good one. How you doing, by the way? Haven't seen you in a bit. Hope everything's good too with you, my man. Hope everything's good with you. Seavark has full offensives already. Shaken Soda is waiting on those defenses. That wall is going to be perfect for whenever Seavark goes in for big damage. Every single time, though, Shaken Soda is out in the open, you can just see that the Feral gets very uncomfortable being away from a pillar. Like a cat away from a cat scratch pose, he just really doesn't like being in the open versus a mage. Maybe it's just like his spidey senses are tingling. Big damage with the Seavark. I believe that shield should be the massive ult time to let him recover, just letting his health drop low, but then he can just recover it completely. Try to see if he can get aggressive with Shaken Soda. He has to push in versus the pillars. Shaken Soda out in the open, touching the Magi, no Skull Bash, goes in for a roar. Seavark with the ult time, maybe can get some big damage with Shaken. Does Shaken go for a wall though, or is it going to be massive touching the Magi? It's going to be quite a bit of damage. Does not go for a wall. Seavark trying to see if he can maybe maximize some damage. Got himself full damage, full interrupt onto that nation. Shaken Soda, the wall is the only defensive. No Skull Bash anymore. Invis by Seavark for a second. Barrage of the Shaken. Could be big execute, big missiles, and it's going to be a human racial out of Seavark just to get out of that CC. Trying not to get interrupted by Chicago. There goes the Nova. Seavark did get a kick out of Chicago. Did get to juke it out for just a quick second. And it's going to try to see if he can maybe reposition with Chicago. Go for a little bit of healing. And then somehow, someway, try to see if he can find the enhancement shell on something Seavark isn't aware of, though. That we are. Grounding Totem isn't available for Chicago. He did not spec at your Grounding Totem this round, so he cannot ground some of the Seavark spells. He can purge a lot of Seavark's buffs for all the time. Shield, that's all going to be valuable. Big Yellow Blast to follow, so actually the Chicago got even more range damage, so it's not like Seavark can really outrange him. Trying to see if he can land a polymorph for Chicago, trying to blink, but it won't even let him go anywhere. Playing that Kyrian Totem, so actually has him stuck in place, and the Kyrian Totem is going to blast out Seavark, which is the Kyrian Totem with a Lego Unity. Actually does quite a bit of damage now. So maybe there's a play for Chicago is to stop Seavark in place, drop down Kyrian Totem, blast him out, let that Totem do a bit of extra burst. Maybe that could actually get him down. That could be really bad because Seavark gets like question of do you focus the Kyrian Totem or focus the Shaman blasting you? It really just gives you like a lose-lose situation. Another poly, Seavark trying to see if he can reposition. Has the Ice Block at 29% dampening. Trying to see if he can have a go of touch of the magic versus Chicago. Is he going to go for the biggest damage possible? Massive missiles to follow, trying not to get interrupted. Still interrupted available for Chicago. Instant cast to follow. Aegis tricking right after. Not really going for a self-heal. Trying to see if he can use that Maelstrom in order to keep the pressure versus the mage all the time, as well as shifting powers up. As Seavark is trying to see if he can get him some defensives. And Chicago is just looking to maybe get a Thunder versus Seavark. Doesn't quite reach him as Seavark gets to reposition with a massive Viz. And Chicago just continues to keep the onslaught going, not really going for the self-heal as much. I think maybe just trying to bank up a bunch of Maelstrom in order to keep Seavark right there. Stun Totem next to Seavark. That's also going to be that Kyrian and actually force it out. That Kyrian Totem forces out Ice Block out of Seavark. Get an interrupt on Chicago. Missiles to follow. Touch and magic. Everything. All the damage available. No interrupt available for Chicago. Does drop down. Move around the Kyrian Totem. Could be useful for self-healing as well as burst damage. Chicago was able to survive a lot of that Seavark damage though. A ton of the damage was very, very much survived. Is Chicago trying to play maybe a... Are they playing the Equilibrium like by any chance? I'm wondering, what if they're playing Equilibrium, going off of that LE Blast, dropping down big damage? Potentially could be the play. Sunder to disrupt Seaverk's Polymorph could potentially interrupt it. Doesn't have interrupt. And Seaverk is actually kind of low on defensives. Shifting Power is going to let him reduce the cooldown of a lot of his defensives though. Temporal's back up, images are back up. He won't have Iceberg for a bit though. Repoly onto Chicago as he's trying to see if he can blast out damage into an immediate interrupt, but Chicago as the missiles are flying on Seaverk's offensive cooldowns. Can't really do much, but has to back up out of there. So Chicago wants to close the gap with the mage, but it's quite a bit of a distance in the middle here. 11 minutes into the duel, 39% dampener, immediately blasts out that totem. He immediately blasts out the static totem with a palm. Arcane Blast. I think he already had a palm ready to go though. I doubt he used palm just to blast the totem. Chicago stuck in a root for a second. Seaverk trying to get himself some procs for clear casting. Maybe he can get himself more cooldown reduction to get another arcane power rolling in. Trying to get interrupted by Chicago as best as he can. Missiles right after. Temporal getting removed immediately into immediate wind shear. And Seaverk has some mobility as soon as that happens. If only he had a grounding totem here, I think the game would have just been completely different. But Chicago's at least not playing grounding totem does give Seaverk at least an opportunity to kind of play the game. Shifting power in order to get arcane missiles to maybe potentially get arcane power back. If he can just get arcane power, he'll be in a fantastic spot. Chicago is summoning the Ghost Wolves, has the Ascendants, potentially could go for the biggest go. Try to see if he can just get a couple auto attacks onto Seaverk just to get the Ghost Wolves on him, which is going to feed him full of Maelstrom. If you can just get yourself enough Maelstrom, go for a big Ascendance. Lock down Seaverk with a Static Totem. Drop down the Curing Totem, maybe a Stun Totem, because the Static Totem isn't going to let him go anywhere. Big damage on Chicago though. Does have a wall in case you want to do it. That is a Touch of the Magic. It's kind of out of left field. It's going to be back-to-back missiles on Chicago. Do they get aggressive? Big Ascendance to follow Seaverk with a Nova. Chicago does move the totem on top of Seaverk. It's going to move the totem back at himself and get himself a bunch of healing, which lets him recover. Seaverk goes immediately behind the pillar, trying to see if he can catch himself a little bit of healing. And is going to just expect that totem around the corner, which does give Seaverk, or rather Chicago, a little bit more of like a positional thing with the totem. Because you can kind of just throw the totem around the corner and let it do very, very decent damage. Poly on Chicago, Sunder onto the mage, does get the ice block back, so at least it's one more opportunity for recovery, but you are running out of time. Your cooldown reduction ability is really good, but it's only going to help you so much. I feel like it's just, I don't know, can Seaverk actually win this? Or is it going to be all Chicago? Because normally Shaman is a hard counter for mages, especially Arcane. Polymorph by Seaverk, Touch of the Magi, potentially big damage. Poly on Chicago, the Trinket in before the Poly went off. Big damage out of Seaverk. No interrupt available. Actually, interrupt available for Chicago. Have to be very, very careful. Those interrupts going to be as many as abilities from Seaverk. And it's going to be Curing Totem down with a Sun Totem around the corner. Seaverk blinks and got himself a shield. Immediately with a shift of power as the Curing Totem is chasing after him. That Curing Totem still got a little bit of few charges on him. If you can kite the mage into the totem, that'd be fantastic. And Seaverk is going to give him some massive mobility to bail out of there. Limited on his mobility, limited on his survivability tools. Totem chasing after him constantly with Braun around the corner. Dusk got himself a quick invis. Chicago's still looking for him. Totem again, if he just were to blast out some kind of damaging ability or a healing ability, that totem would have pulsed right on top of Seaverk. That totem is like a bomb. It's actually kind of good. It's actually kind of working out. It's not the best Covenant ability for Shaman, but it actually is working out for Chicago. It's forcing Seaverk to focus out on the bonus totem, so you can't really focus up on damage all the time. And when you drop it down Static Totem, Stun Totem, Curing Totem, you gotta make sure you target the right one and focusing the right one down first. Bunch of missiles for Seaverk, got himself maybe a bit of damage, lots of procs. Chicago could be in a bit of trouble. A district should keep him alive and healthy for a bit. Got himself that Draenei racial rolling with Seaverk trying to get more cooldown reduction. Static Totem back on him with a Sun Totem, Curing Totem. It's actually gonna put pressure. And Chicago is stuck in a root, but that totem is doing all the work. Actually, they're stuck in a root, but that totem continues to work and chase it. That totem, why is it so scary? It's gonna be Seaverk actually gonna blast it, I think, by the last charge of the totem. Not a lot of health to really work with. Temporal, this is not going to give you much healing. Massive miss for a second to try to see if he can bail out of there. Maybe he can get himself a shield again. That's 600% dampener. Jesus Christ. Chicago is still just trying to see if he can keep the pressure rolling with the Seaverk. And one more LA Blast will do it, or Lightning Bolt, or Ghost Wolves. All the time, you have to also so early blink right up, and the wolf's still on you now. Oh, my goodness. Man, that totem actually came in handy there. There was a couple times Chicago was rooted, and the totem just keeps pulsing on the keeps pulsing on him. Wait, Chicago leave? I think Chicago literally left. Morpheus looks like going in versus Briss. I don't know if Briss was actually going to be next, but I think you're just going in. You're just seeing Briss. He decided to go after him. That's a little bit confusing at the end. Huh. Looks like... I kind of feel bad for Briz because he wasn't next. The Rogue was in stealth, and I guess Morpheus was next, and he just wanted to go in before Dampen and really ramped up. Next up is the Rogue. I feel bad for Briz. Stun into Bones of Steel. Morpheus is trying to give himself a little bit more health to work with the fear right on top of it. While evasion is on the Rogue. He's going to try to close the gap and use that Enrage regen to try to get some healing immediate to stun by the Rogue with a leap right after. Morpheus just doesn't have AD healing whatsoever. I like your mock he's got going on. It's like a little bit of fel, a little bit of like cream soda look. I wish your weapon was like more fel. Or maybe has a fel effect to it. It looks good either way. Morpheus getting locked down into back-to-back stuns. Bones of Steel. I don't think there's anything a warrior could do at this moment. Unless you got some mad burst out of nowhere. I don't think there's much a warrior could really do tough with the Rogue at the moment. Especially when he's that low on health. The next stun go by the Rogue. And it's over. This is where Morpheus needs to find him immediately. The faster you find the Rogue, the better. Try to see if you can roll him out. Does get him out in the open. Getting shot into Morpheus, there's nothing you can do about it. Unless Bones of Steel makes a crucial mistake. It's over. Is it going to be Bruce or Alpharus next? One of those two. I think Alpharus is waiting for Bruce. This is a long duel, by the way. I just loaded 17 minutes into this duel specifically. Damn. Current tournaments enhance is as too many globals needed to make a pulse enhance. True. True. I feel like what we essentially have to do is maybe you have to set up current totem away from him. And start ramping on abilities like damage, healing, damage, and then just count like as soon as you use 2, drop the totem and then use the damage ability on 3. I think that's the only way you can really utilize it in Chicago, but I thought you did it pretty well. But yeah, I wish that totem would have been much stronger than before. I think Alpharus is trying to give Bruce an opportunity to play, but looks like Bruce is maybe AFK, so Alpharus is going to be up next with Bones of Steel immediately opening up. Alpharus! Does he know the Rogue have no trinket? What'd you trinket? Apparently something. Alpha's trying to be proactive with all his pets, grip your hand, A-bomb, picking up the eye. If you can catch the Rogue out in the open early enough, you may be able to take him out. The earlier you go versus the Rogue, the earlier you put pressure on him, the better. Dropping down Death and Decay, trying to see if he can maybe swing around the corner. Bones of Steel is going to walk into Death and Decay. The pet should be able to attack Bones of Steel around the corner. The A-bomb is charging out. Alpha is trying to see if he can maybe avoid that killer shot. Immediately IBF, and it's going to go for match damage. Onto Bones of Steel is going to get the Arm of the Dead rolling in, even through evasion, getting the boys up and running. AMS versus Bones of Steel as the Club Chalice comes out for the Rogue. Using every offensive, defensive, no more vanish available. This is where all the pets can actually do a lot of work, a lot of damage. That goes on him with the whole army. As long as you keep the pets on him, Bones of Steel will eventually go down. He's definitely getting into that crucial state, and that pet actually is just dominating him. This way you want to keep the Rogue out of combat as best you can. Alpharus, this is where you need to push up. I know you're waiting for your pet, but this is where I think you should have pushed up with a Death and Decay or something. You need to keep the Rogue on his toes and then kind of herd him, guide him back into your pet, so when the blind breaks, the pet can actually just start munching on him, keeping him in combat. Because now that the Rogue got a reset, this is going to be cheap shot, get a shot, and you have a trinket, so at least you got that. The earlier you get the Rogue, the better, because the Rogue is just going to try to see if he can cheese you out and stealth. 19 minutes into the duel. What a long duel for the day, man. Surprised Vesper isn't returning. I'm actually not surprised at all, Jake. I mean, maybe for like restoration was kind of useful, but it's a weird ability overall. Big cheap shots back to back at Alphas. No! Oh no. Do we have both chill pills and that chamois leave? Man, what's going on? They're both in AFK. What is even happening, bruh? Yo, Paladin, I'm so sorry, man. He got blasted out. I felt like that was a little bit unfair, but I think the warrior just kind of ran and he was like ready to go, and he was like, oh, one guy out in the open. He probably thought I should have been like, wait, Rogue is in stealth. Maybe he's the one dueling, but kind of rushed in headstrong, didn't he? No one's playing 60% damn. I don't blame you. Yeah, I don't blame you. Got AFK, right? So I got my PC. That's all good, Night King. You're good, my guy. We can go again if you guys wanna. We can maybe do like at least uno mas. How many have we done tonight? I feel like that one was a long one, so probably we didn't do as many as I normally do. But that one was definitely one of the longer ones. What a long duel, boys. What a long duel. Chicago, let me know if you're ready. And we can get another going. I want to try Jake. I'm more than welcome to him. Four. All right. If y'all want to join up the groups, They will be listed over in the Legacy raids if you guys want to join. Jacob, if you want to join them, Chicago, go to group right now over on the NA. Well, welcome to him. Two counters in a row from Forge. Feral hard enough. True, Seabuck, true. That is tough. Feral's hard enough. Feral was the one that really extended the game, but against Chicago, I feel like it would have still been a long game too. Although Chicago did not run grounding. I don't know if you were expecting to ground the whole time or not. Maybe like you were holding it back because like, wait, no grounding. Maybe at some point you're like, wait, no grounding, but have heard me. If the game was enhanced, still don't have a chance to win. Yeah, it's a tough matchup. It's like the problem is you have one school of cast. Shaman has that range so you can constantly reach you. It's not like you can really kite him out like a melee. You gotta treat him like a range melee hybrid, and that's tough because they basically can always hit you. There's a hunter in the alpha named Dalshot. Oh, was it me? Or was it one right now, Egg? Dalshot, huh? Yo, report him. That's my name, bro. This could have been my name. That could have been my hunter name. But report him. He's stealing my name, guys. That's funny though. That's cool. She'd be like, oh my god, is it Dalaran? See what it says. She'd be like, it is I. Oh no. If you guys want to join up, we got a group over with my boy Chicago. Y'all, welcome to him. Was it playing to fight DKs? True. Fair enough. I do like you trying out Kyrian though. Yeah, but Jake, when it comes to like, you surprised that Kyrian told him to return? I'm kind of not. I feel like it's a cool ability, but it's just so weird to execute. It's a very PvE friendly ability, but like it's also weird. The only reason it's good is because of a Lego. Like by itself, the ability wouldn't that be that good. Even if you were to add like the ability and the Lego, I don't really know, man. I don't really know. I just don't know if that would still fit. It's just such a weird ability in general. Like I don't hate it. I actually kind of played Carrion from the get-go. But like after playing it for a while, it is a weird ability to play with. We got both groups available, so you guys are more welcome to join up. 30k arcane blast still can kill someone on fearless, give us a troll. Yo, them big blasts though. Yeah, I mean you were playing against hybrid class who could literally heal those blasts, which is unfortunate. Right? Yeah, but man, that's nutty. Dude, Silver got the biggest hits, man. The biggest pops. This man just pops off on these boys. Easily. Does that work? Hopefully. Maybe? Yeah, cool. How many have we done tonight so far, actually, duels wise? I feel like we've done a lot, but I feel like it's just because the game was super long. It just feels like we've been here forever. Also, that's not my mix anymore. I mean, I like the song mix, but that's not my normal mix anymore. For some reason, like whenever I play my mix on stream, sometimes it just like stops. We need 2 for the Team Night King, and we need 1 for Team Chicago. Okay, it's kind of fun to play in the alpha right now. I hope it stays this way, but it's maybe a few times been swapped around. Yeah, I really do like the bases they got for Arcane on the alpha. It looks very interesting. I like how there's so many different tools that they got. And there's so many different talent links, right? You could have them more like Arcane Blasty barrage damage build. You could have a barrage focus playstyle. You got the missiles focus playstyle. There's a little bit of arcane explosion stuff, but not really. And some of the capstone talents I think are kind of interesting. The way that they're balanced, I feel like they may have to be adjusted a little bit, but they got that killing ability, they got that stacking missile damage, and they got like you know, some of the stronger talents are like behind some of the weaker stuff. So then you really got to come in points if you want to pick up some of the better stuff. But overall, it's not bad at all. We won't play Kyrian, but the totem is just not it. Yeah. If the totem... So the totem works pretty well on Ellie, but that's because you can set it up, right? You put the totem in the corner, you heal, drop maybe like a heal, maybe drop like a Earth Shield, drop all the damage, drop the totem as you go for the big zapperoonie with all the dam. That works out a lot better for Ellie. Plus Ellie gets that crit benefit where that damage on the totem can crit and it can do a big burst. Enhancement doesn't get that same crit benefit at all. I guess unless you go for Sky Fury, but like naturally you don't have something like that. Normally Elemental naturally has like more damage than squits, and Sky Fury on top of it, so the squits are even stronger. But our enhancement just doesn't have the same effect. And for enhance, it just doesn't really fit that whole like drop it in the corner, pop a heal, drop it down as you burst, because the damage is a little just very different. Hence can run Sky Fury just with globals. Yeah, the globals are a lot. The globals are a lot. Like maybe if you build up a bit of Maelstrom, which means you gotta ramp up a little, then you maybe like drop a totem in the corner, pop a healing totem, pop Earth Shield on yourself, drop the totem on the enemy and hit him with the Ellie Blast or something and hope for that crit. Maybe that could work out because then you have a bunch of different effects all at once. Maybe you can make that work, but it's just like, it's just so much of a hassle compared to going Necrolord where you Primordial, big zap, or if you just drop down, Venteo Burst on top of it, right? Just hit him with it and you get cooldown reduction on it. Hell, even Nightfade, like even if Nightfade, that drain ability, like you can just static totem, stun them, and then drain them for all their health. Like at least it just has like a guaranteed damage output, as long as you can just cover yourself to be immune to it. As long as you can cover yourself for interrupts or crowd control by stunning the enemy with a capacitor, static totem, capacitor, start draining, maybe that could get some value. But with totem and Kyrian, it just feels like, because even Nightfade feels like setup-y, but it's like doable. Kyrian just feels like too much setup. It just takes an extra step where it's just like, is it worth it because the other choice is just so much better, you know? Pog don't have to PvP, drop the shield for Skull Legs, let's go! Huge! What shield? Is there a shield in Skull Legs? I guess there is, like quick burst maybe, right? That's awesome! Hell yeah. Wait, are you trying to play like a tanky shield? Like Pally, prop warrior? Or are you trying to play like a shaman with a shield? Or I guess like Holy Paladin, technically? Because they also use shields. But yeah, much instead of a Kyrian. Yeah, it's too much. Which is why I'm kind of glad they didn't bring that ability over into Dragonflight, because it's just like, it kind of worked, but only in like set cases. Like it worked for Resto Shaman, because it did a lot of damage. It was kind of sort of okay for PvE, where you could do maybe a little bit of like setup. But like you didn't really play the setup, you just kind of played it for the ability and the soul binds. And like it kind of sort of, it's just too much. It's a cool ability to add a totem that does stuff, but they definitely could have had it less rampy. Maybe if they did like a totem that like you set it, and it charges in the corner, and then you drop it and then explodes for a ton of damage. That could have been a lot better, right? So you put it in the corner, let it charge up, drop it at the right time, it explodes. That would have been much better. That would have been easier to play with, because then at least you put it in the corner, wait, go. Because shamans used to do stuff like that with capacitor. And actually you'll be able to do that in capacitor. You'll be able to put it in the corner, then reposition your totems on top of the enemy in Dragonflight. That would be pretty cool. But it gives you like a very similar gameplay. Hey, it's much chill, try to roll Protection Warrior. Yo, prop warriors are looking really good right now, aren't they? It's just hard to beat Primordial. Very difficult. Yeah, very difficult. Chicago 3? Oh no, boys. Ah, man. Are we going to be able to get another group together tonight? Potentially. Maybe. It's like a multi-use Cloudburst totem. Yes. But even like more complicated than Cloudburst. Because at least Cloudburst, like at least for PvE, it's like you drop it down and then you just heal. And then you can just pick it back up and it'll like accumulate a portion of the healing you do into a bursty heal. It's a good totem if you can like preempt stuff. We're looking for one more over for the team Chicago. And we need 3 more for the team Night King, boys. And then we'll be good to go. Oh, the Spike of Fetcher's Fusion is pretty decent. But yeah, Fetcher's Fusion, Spike, all that stuff can actually do stuff. Because it's just a raw amount of damage. And then just all you need to do is just put a guy in a static totem, drop a stun, start channeling Fae. Spike, drop him, stun, Fae. And then it's like they get seconds to respond to all these things. So that can actually work pretty well. But yeah, it's compared to the Kyrian, it's just too much. And even Nightfade is a lot of setup, but like it can actually have payoff too. Actually can have some decent payoff. How we doing, boys? How we doing on groups? Chat, while we wait for groups, I'll be right back. I gotta use the restroom real quickly. So keep the groups going. If y'all want to join, Tripo's looking for more, Chicago looking for +1. Find them in the Raids Legacy Clinic if you can help them out real quick. Be right back, boys.
You make up your mind, 'cause I'm getting tired of overthinking every move you make, and I can help you decide who you're loving now, and how I'm not quite there somehow. My intuition says to give you up, but my heart can't easily let you go.
Boys, how we doing? Do we have a 5-man, or are we looking like? Or we just don't ski? What are we looking like? Yeah, it's weird taking a restroom break midstream. I don't normally do these. How we doing, boys? Chicago? Got AFK'd? Are we done? Are we not doing him? Are Are we just gonna call it? Or how are we looking like Chicago Night King? Let me know, boys, how are we feeling? Because if y'all want to just take it easy for the night, man, I'm down. I'm seeing my man Chicago trying to put a group together. Does that mean I can get a 5-man right now? You can still get one done, maybe? I don't know if I saved it or not. This sucks. I wanted to try. Wait, what happened? Did you not get in? Sadly, 2 out of 5. Oh man, that's so good. Yeah. None of the people are gonna guess. I guess so. No. Yeah. So Night King Chicago. If you guys just want to call it here, man. If you're just so Night King, you're just chilling. Yeah. Hey, down. What's up? Good say to my guy. Damn. Yeah. There's not enough people. That's unfortunate, man. Are you done with the stream? What's up? I'm trying to get more keys done. Up to Night King. Fair enough. Fair enough. 2 out of 5. Oh yeah. It has been the same for a while, huh? 2 and 4. Yeah, can you do me a favor? Depending on the favor, friend. I never say yes or no directly. I always say depending on the favor. For me, no, instead of repetition standings on my head. Cool. Oh, this was a long one though. Down to keep looking for like 10 more minutes if you want it, boys. Yeah, if y'all want to give it a try. Join the broad rates and make sure things in the alpha. Oh yeah, I could do that. Yeah, I can hop on like Discord and show you some stuff after the stream then. Yeah. I'm looking to get proc rate of like the silver hand maybe. Because I can't really think of any other talent. I'm the monk, I got the red pally. Yo, Vincent, you want to join us up for some 5v5 boys? Yeah? Thank you? Yeah, no problem, no problem. I just need to tag me and I was gonna say like if I had the stream and I'm not in Discord, tag me. Be like, yo Dal, you hopping on? Because I'll definitely show you some stuff. Bro, already here? Let's go. What group are you in? Are you with Chicago? Let's give it like Baja. Oh, how you been enjoying the duel so far, my guy? Hell yeah. I'm trying to see Touch of the Light General Tree. Okay. Proc rate of Touch of the Light General Tree. I don't remember that one, but I can maybe give it a try. Yeah. I can maybe give it a try on the alpha. I don't remember which one that one is though. Let's give it like 5 more minutes, boys, yeah? Let's see if we can give it like 5, 10-ish more minutes, maybe like by 7, 10. We'll see if we can get some groups up and running. If we don't have any groups by then, we'll just call it there. And we're just going our merry way. I'll be hopping on that alpha, helping out the boys test stuff. Probably getting some food, getting some relaxation, getting some video work on. I've been enjoying these duels a lot though, boys. Super fun hanging out with all of you. Attacks that abilities have a chance to cause the target to explode for AoE damage and healing. Oh, that one used to be a bug, but yeah, I can test it out. So Chicago does have a 5-man. Chicago did get a 5. We only need 3 more for Team Night King. We'll be good to go, boys. For the evening. Wait tonight? No. Actually, maybe Harlot. I said Harlot, but like as if you guys know what I'm talking about. Maybe one of the guys in the guild, one of the Group 2 raid lead dudes, officers, might run a heroic tonight. I'm not sure, no guarantees though. But if we are raiding tonight, this is gonna be like a heroic raid, and we're probably just gonna come in on ults. Probably not gonna stream it. Raids do come back Tuesday though. We're going back to the castle Nothrium with Wednesday right after. Or if it's a bug, that's cringe. It was a bug where it's like the ability wasn't working, and you basically just have to like press on it yourself. So basically, instead of proccing, you just basically just have to spam it on the keyboard. You can basically keep binding to an ability, and you can just kind of infinitely like keep doing damage or healing. It was really weird. It wasn't working. I think they may have fixed it though. 236 Warrior join my group is exciting. Hell yeah, dude. Anybody and everybody's welcome to join the 5v5 1v1 Duels. I want some droid changes. I haven't seen changes since like before. Yeah, hopefully we'll get some stuff, Jake. Hopefully we'll get some stuff. They did have a blue post for like Priest, for example, right? The Priest saying like, oh, hey, we're gonna be getting some stuff in the future, but keep giving us feedback. I wonder if druids are in a similar boat. Because I'm sure they're getting like a lot of feedback left and right. But we have had like blue posts on shamans, we have blue posts on rogues, we have blue posts on mages, we have blue posts on death knights now, we have blue posts on hunters every single day of the week, warlocks, warriors. So we've had like a lot of, even paladins, we had a lot of blue posts on all those classes. The only one that hasn't got a lot of blue posts with priest and druid, and at least with priest we know there's something coming. With druids, they haven't said anything yet, but we'll see. I'm really excited, man. I'm really excited to see what kind of updates they get. Hopefully they get some, because like Death Knight's got amazing updates coming up next week, man. I'm so excited. That Unholy is looking so good. I legitimately chat. I cannot wait to play Disease Unholy. I don't know why, but I want to play Shadow, Disease, Unholy, Death Knight. I don't know why. I have no clue. I can't explain it. But I'm really interested in playing like a dot magic caster Unholy DK. I don't know why, dude. Like, if I really want to play a dot class as like a magic caster, I could play Shadow Priest or like an Affliction Warlock. But like, I don't know, something about Unholy, man. Something about that Unholy just makes me want to play it. I don't know what it is. Blue post every spec except HPAL and Arcamage. Yeah, there was a... Well, okay, so HPAL, those recently got their talents, so I'm sure there's going to be more blue post stuff. Arcamages, I think, for the most part, are satisfied with their talent sheet, though. I think Arcamages are mostly satisfied, at least from a PvP perspective. There's a lot of barrage gameplay, but I think in overall, they're really dipping into all the things that made them work in Shadowlands, like keeping that Kyrian, adding a lot of barrage viability and interactivity, missile focus if you want to, but also Arcane Blast at the same time. And they're changing the Arcane Surge, which I think is a better version than Arcane Power. That being said, I'm not sure if that's how the rest of the Arcane Mage community feels. It's just how me and C-Rex so far have thought about him. But I haven't checked what the Arcane Mage community has been feeling about him. But also the Arcane Mage community, I think, is generally smaller than Fire and Frost. So I don't really know. Maybe there has been supposed, but they just haven't been like as vocal. That, or maybe just the voice doesn't reach. Makes no sense why Mana Gem and ebook on the same row. Mana Gem is way worse than ebook in all scenarios. Well, the reason why I think they added, we need one more over for the team Night King. We'll be good to go, boys. Oh no, mas, we're on board. Chill pills will be good to go, boys. For at least one more duel of the 5v5 1v1. For PvE, most Arcane Mages I know are not happy with it. Really? Okay. Okay, so that maybe is a little different. I would need to know, I guess I need to go and read up. Maybe there's like a blue post or maybe like a forum post that explains some of the issues with Arcane Tree. I wonder if it's issues with the talents themselves or like just positionally where they are, right? Because if it's like the talents themselves are good, just positionally it feels like, man, there's too many things I need to pick up or too much garbage in to get in order to get the good stuff. Then maybe it's like, okay, but the whole core of it doesn't seem bad though, right? It just needs to be slightly, or is it like all of it is bad, all of it is rotten, and needs to be redone? I just don't know how people feel. Come on, boys, one more. Uno mas, uno mas. But Mana Gem and evoke in same row. So the way I think the reason why they're trying to make Mana Gem is, I think what makes Mana Gem good. I think what they're trying to do is they're trying to make Mana Gem part of your gameplay to make you want to commit into Mana Gem and pick up that talent that makes Mana Gem give you a damage buff. But I also think they're trying to make Mana Gem more effective because mana is a lot more important, right? Normally Mana Gem, you don't think about it, you just use it. But I think here they're trying to make Mana Gem super important in order to make sure that you can spend a bit of your mana and you can regain it back so you can max out the damage of your Arcane Surge. The more mana you consume, the harder that ability hits. So I think it does become a lot more important. Like normally we don't think much about mana. Like now barely, like when I do dungeons, I barely press mana gem. I don't feel like I run out of mana. That being said, mana is going to be far more important than Dragonflight. So then mana is going to be very, very useful. And then mana gem actually becomes kind of useful utility. But that's how I feel about it. But again, maybe it's like one of those things where I'm looking at it, I'm just not seeing an angle from it, right? Again, I just need to read up what other Arcane Mages like PvE as Arcane said. But I know the Arcane Mage community also was split in the past, especially about like playstyles. Because like there's a good portion of Arcane Mage community back in like Shadowlands, for example, that was like, okay, you have to play the Arcane Blast playstyle. This Kyrian missiles thing, that can never work. Kyrian ability is the worst sim ability. If you actually want to do well on the mage, you play Venthyr, you play Necrolord, maybe even Night Fame. Kyrian can never work because there's too many Arcane Blasts to commit and it's just not worth. And there was a bunch of mages, so we're like, wait, I think Kyrian missile build could work. What if you didn't press your boring Arcane Blast ability? What if you actually press missile? And the mage community was like, nah, it can never happen, never work. It was like, wait, well, with the current APL, which is like action priority list, it wouldn't work because you're just pressing Arcane Blast. But what if you like stop and you press missiles? So some mages were like, nah, that can work. No, it can never sim well. Nah, never work. Never gonna be good. And the mages were like, you know what, I'll try to make it work. And there were a couple of mages that were breaking off and trying to make it play, and it was outperforming the other builds. It was outperforming every other mage contemporary build that people were coming up with. The side Kyrian thing, to the point where it's now the only playstyle that's really good. Because it actually literally outperforms every other option. And it's more fun, too. And it's more fun. So I don't know, like, I wonder if there's like a dynamic of like, oh, well, this build should be good, or that build should be good, or is that no longer a thing anymore? I think HPL Tree just needs to be reworked completely. I was disappointed with it. I think it needs to have more melee gameplay. I think it needs to be more melee gameplay capability. I think they're trying to go for like a caster build, which works in PvP, but I just can't see myself casting while doing the dungeon. It's just so weird. Right, I don't think it's like Monk, where Monk can go for like a Soothing Mist range build, or like a melee Fist Freeman build, because that works. I think Paladin just doesn't work in that same regard. But I don't know, that's just from my experience. It just feels weird to stand there and cast a spell. Like, maybe one day it could be really good if like it's really well tuned. You just go for like a big cast, big heal burst. But like, I don't know, the current playstyle of just like Crusader Strike, Holy Shotgun, Marauds, it just feels better just because it's all instant cast. You don't have to like really think positionally at all. Letter Dawn, Duskadon, General Tree is useless. The general not single target Paladin who's using in PvE. Letter Dawn, like Dusk and Dawn and General Tree. Oh, I mean, they gotta buff it, I guess, in that case, yeah. I think it can have some interesting potential to it, right? Capping on your holy power, then spending all of it. Capping on your holy power, spending all of it. I think that could be interesting gameplay if it did enough damage. One player, need one more, boys, for Team Night King, and we'll be good to go. Get you boys up in here. I feel like Holy Paladin's radiance percentage healing to all newer players should become baseline, but even help custom Pally. That'd be kind of cool. Holy Light radiance percent healing to nearby allies. That'd be kind of neat. Yeah, I think that'd be kind of nice, because then you basically have like the focusing on target heal build that also could heal. Yo, we got a 5-man on Night King. Yo, Chicago. Bail out of that LFG, my guy. We got the group ready to go. We got the group actually ready. One more 5v5 1v1 duel. I don't even know what arena I'm going to queue you guys for. We have one opportunity. I want to queue you for. I think I'm going to do it. The Suez. The Dalaran Suez. Just because I can't trust the game to randomly queue and just hover on. I will not trust the game to do that. I will not spoil it. Boys, another 5v5 1v1 for the day. If this teams want to keep going afterwards, if you guys just want to keep taking these same teams and keep playing them again and again, more than welcome to. But if this is going to be the one for the night, last one for the night, I'm perfectly cool with that too. Let's just have some fun with the final, or maybe potentially final 5v5 1v1 duel build, yeah? Good Twitch. We got ourselves shield pills over for the Team 1, boys. Actually, I gotta change up my mix, don't I? This mix is about to end, isn't it? That's not really the mix that I've been playing. Just for some reason, decided to switch off of what we were playing. Decided, nah, I'm not gonna play the mix. I know you got your own tunes, but I'm just gonna steal it away. Triples over for the Team 1, boys. 2v Carrot Power York. I guess you figured out the order. Looks like Stu is gonna be first up. Stewie on Illidan. We got us York over as a Knight of Assassination Rogue. Power we hunt. Gonna try to see if we can play off that Necrolord Survival. That's not something we commonly see. Normally the Venthier. We got ourselves Garrett ready to go as a Fury Warrior. We're still getting hit with an incap as Sensei trying not to give him much of an opportunity. Immediate tricking by the enhancement showman trying to break out of the Monk's collections. Dropping down the static showman for a second, keeping him in place. Gonna be Stu swinging back around the corner with a Sundering as he got the wall rolling. Got himself plenty of bolstered, plenty of defended. Getting disarmed, looking for the Hex, trying not to get a trouble, but Sensei gonna be Venthier potential. Trying to see if Sensei just rolled out of the Venthier altogether. Stu kind of stuck in the open. Chain Harvest had to go hard casted and Hex onto Sensei. Knows he doesn't want to break it. Knows he doesn't want to give up the trinket. Definitely could have went for. Actually, I guess he didn't have an interrupt, did he? He may not have had an interrupt for that one. So he may have gotten juked at some point. Immediate cover by Sensei with the Aegis trinket. Trying to see if he maybe would just take up all this damage from Stewie. As Stu swings around the corner. Fist of Fury locking him down for a second. Got himself the Ghost Trap. There's plenty of momentum trying to go for a Hex. I think just trying to see if you may be able to get locked out on that nature. Maybe to go for that big shadowy damage. Maybe go for that. I don't know if you got your Door of Shadows yet, or if you got yourself the Chain Harvest yet. Maybe just try to see if you can bait out a kick out of Sensei. Big Yellow Buster around the corner. Sensei actually takes a pretty big beating out of it with the Frost Shocks, keeping him rolling. What is that little hat you guys going on, Sensei, by the way? What is that thing? I like it a lot. Hex onto the sensei as he's stuck in the static totem. In cap by the monk though with a leg sweep turnaround. Shio could be in big trouble. Massive Fist of Fury gets solo. Oh my god. That monk one-shot burst. What can you really do about it? Chilpa's trying to see if he may be able to lock down Sensei. I think trying to see if he can hit him with a blind, but that may have been DR'd. It's going to get a rune to Sensei, trying to see if he can maybe collapse a full Remorseful Winter on him. May have to go for a grip. Sensei is going to be able to back up out of there with a port, just completely escaping the clutches of the Frosty Death Knight. DK is just looking to see if he can catch up, got himself that movement speed with a Death Advance, looking to advance towards Sensei. But the man is just going to go behind the pillar chilling, got himself full flash scatter, everything. Chippa's got himself lots of damage opportunity here. I don't know if he had a grippy hand yet. He may have his grippy hand already. But Sensei, oh no, grippy hands here. Immediate sounds of the Sensei as the card comes out. He knows he wants to get a stun on him. Does he get the grip though? Can he potentially do it? Grippy hand may be able to actually reach him. Does get a big old grip at the end of it though. And it's going to be Sensei. Maybe locked out on the stun. Disarmed by Chilpas. Oh, he just goes in for a trinket just to get that obliterated. Sensei thought he may be okay. But because he didn't get stunned, Karma was used really early. Sensei had no more defenses. So actually for Chilpas, that was not a bad move to trinket. But Bones of Steel may potentially be able to capitalize on that. Chilpas not get opportunity. Does not burn a BF just yet. Just trying to see if he takes big damage on the Rogue. Blind gets the trick out of him. Immediate evasion by the Rogue. Chilpa's going for the Remorseful Winter. Is going to be able to get a stun. Cloak of Shadows does clear him. Chills may have to go for IBF. Death back to follow. Lichborn right after. May be able to get a lot of resources and maybe go for a Death Coil. Does get a stun onto Bones of Steel. Does he gonna keep it? Is that gonna keep it in combat though? If that Mortis keeps him in combat long enough, he may have been okay. Definitely has to IBF out of this next stun. Has to. IBF has himself full bar of runic power. No evasion by the Rogue. Disarm of Chilpas. Does he have the blind? He does have the roots and the silence. Can't really get anything out of the Rogue with a silence though. You will be able to at least shut him up for a second. Shadowy Duel onto Garrett. What is that? Whoa. Wow. That is not what we like seeing out of here. This Rogue trying to see if he can juke and escape out of the clutches of the Frosty Death. Cheap shot on the Chill Pills. Does he survive this? This is a lot of instants. Back-to-back does get a rune to Bones to seal. That's going to be back-to-back Death Strikes, healing a lot from the damage. Is going to be able to clamp him down. Clamp down on him. Hey, real quick. If you're a Rogue and using Shadowy Duel, Rogues are plenty survivable. And look at Chicago actually giving him an opportunity to get a reset. Actually letting him an opportunity to at least get himself a heal. Literally got a Ghost Raptors, let him heal up off of those things. What a nice guy. By the way, as a Rogue, please don't use Shadowy Duel on an enemy you're not dueling. We used to let Rogues do that in these duels. When Rogues were very sustained, unfriendly. So much honor. It is very honorable for Chicago, honestly. Very honorable. Very honorable, actually. But yeah, as Rogues, please don't use Shadowy Duel on a target you're not fighting. Back when Rogues were kind of undertuned, I think back in maybe the early BFA and maybe like portions of Legion. I think it was mostly BFA though. We did let them use Shadowy Duel on an enemy you're not fighting, just so you can have an extra escape tool, so you can have a lot more survivability. But nowadays you have plenty, you don't need it. Blind on Chicago, as I have the Aegis, is going to go for a trinket. Chilpas was able to at least get a trinket out of Chicago, so next go, there'll be nothing that Chicago can do in order to prevent it. AMS up for Chilpas, just trying to reduce some of the magic damage he's getting hit by. Does have a deathbite back up, as well as AMZ. Should be looking at the AMZ. That's a fantastic tool with Chicago. There's a lot of shadow damage potential. Actually, no, it's going to be lightning bolt potential. Lightning bolt, nature damage potential. So Chilpas, if he can drop down AMZ as the lightning bolt goes off, he could be in a great spot. But he's at least given an Earth Elemental to at least get some heals off of. Chicago actually disabling their own Earth Elemental. That or Chilpas actually just cleaved it in two. But the Earth Elemental does fall, denying Chilpas any Death Strike healing. That's going to be big damage onto the Frosty King though. Does go for Remorseless. That's going to be big damage here potentially. Did use the Deathback IBF. Has no health whatsoever. Trying to see if he can crash right through Chicago. The Obliterates do go flying. Trying to see if he may be able to take down Briss. Briss is trying to get out of there. He's trying not to die right there. As Chilpas got a lot of momentum. Briss trying to get him some mad heal. He needs just a little bit more to survive this. Chilpas is going to have to back up out of there for a second. Just trying to keep the pressure onto Briss. Briss had to use everything defensively just to survive it. I don't know if he had a heal or whatnot. Baja 1 AFK. That's unfortunate. That's unfortunate. Baja 1 AFK. But Briss tried to see maybe he can get himself some damage chills. Maybe he can get a couple of those executes off. Chilpas did get a lot of recovery. He just took that momentum, man. And Briss knew that was going to be spooky. He knew it was going to be scary. Got himself lots of damage. Got himself plenty of healing, though. That Remorseless. Impending victory is going to be huge. But that stun, not much you can do. Unless you got a chicken. Aegis will reflect. Blaze Storm, maybe can get himself a little bit of survivability. Needs himself a rallying cry, but looks like Chipples is going to be able to obliterate him down. He just left the Discord. Wait, Baja left Discord? What? Wait, were you guys in Discord together, hanging out? Wait a second. I feel like I missed a lot then. Chipples with a 1v4. Too bad we didn't have Baja over on the too bad we didn't have Baja over on in the duel. I would have loved seeing that guy play. Plus Chipples had plenty of damage for one more. Baja would have been the man to take him down on long term. Alright boys, let's get maybe another one going if you guys want to try it. Potentially we can get one more in here. Because I've been liking this duels a lot, man. Been liking these a lot. Man, bro, I was watching Sensei. Dude, it actually has such a good run. But I didn't realize, like, he burned Karma, right? He burned Karma. And I was just thinking the whole time, oh, he has a trinket. He'll be fine versus Chill Pills. I'm outie? Alright, Chicago. Sounds good, fam. Thanks so much for coming by, dude. Appreciate ya. You just left the Discord? Yo. Hopefully he's okay. Hopefully everything's good. Good one, sir. What's up, Matty? How you doing, my guy? Ricardo, how you doing, man? Hope you have a good one. How you doing, bud? We miss ya. We miss you. We need the Lord to return, man. Thanks for dueling, guys. Yeah, thanks so much for joining. Bye, Sensei Dip. That's all good. That's all good. No worries, boys. No worries. We can do some more duels next week, yeah? Thank you guys so much for joining. I really do appreciate you. You guys are awesome. It's super fun hanging out with all of you. Very, very fun hanging out with all of you boys. Caster HPL shouldn't be a thing. I feel like Caster HPL Chris can be a thing. It just really needs to be supported. Because that used to be the basic playstyle of H Paladin. But I just need to figure out like what made that playstyle good, what made it work, and then find a way to bring that back. It's just over the last few expansions they've been going into more melee, and they've been really defining the melee playstyle really well. It's been fun. But that healer playstyle, like caster playstyle, just hasn't had the support and hasn't evolved to work for the current meta. Again, like they were able to do with monks, right? The Soothe and Miss build versus the melee build. Those two builds work. They both work pretty well in the alpha. Not all talents work, but like they function. You have two defined builds. One lets you heal from a distance, and there's talents to support it that actually give you so much output, which is fantastic in things like PvP. Or like raids, for example, if you need throughput. And then there's a melee playstyle, Fist Weaving, that really is getting a lot of love as well. Like Minute CD on GG is incredible. Subbrogue definitely don't need Shadow Step my teammates to duel into some crazy bit of Frost DK. Yes, yeah. Look, gotta duel against shield fizz. Can't catch me. Yeah, I gotta use that duel against shields. Well, I see what you mean, but I don't know. Yeah, no, I don't know. Requires me to be patient. That's something I'm not. That's a fair point. I think it's a fair point. That being said, I still would prefer that Shadow Duel was used against the target you're dueling rather than target you're not dueling. Like when rogues needed an extra escape tool, when they didn't have survivability, or just didn't have sustained damage and all they could do is just openers that were really weak shadow dances. When rogues tickled back in last few expansions, we were like, yeah, okay, you could just Shadow Duel on an ally you're not fighting to have an extra escape if that gives you a little bit of survivability, because rogues just were getting beat up left and right. Like sub-rogues just was not competitive in duels at all. Nowadays, you don't necessarily need Shadowy Duel to escape anybody. Like Sub-Rogue has plenty of control, plenty of burst. We've seen it a lot over on the EU, right? Like Galoosh is a pretty good example, right? Galoosh extends the standard of what a rogue can do. Galoosh he plays at honor duels everybody, and he can 1v5 without having to Shadowy Duel anybody else. Like he blasts people out. Resonators, Shadow Blades, all that stuff. So, because rogues can reach that point, right? It's not like 1 in a million, but like a lot of rogues are at that point too. That's like the standard. Like if rogues are doing badly, we will adjust the rules. But for now, I'll play what I want about the game. That's. I guess. I mean, you can play Shadowy Duel if you wanna. Sure. That's such a weird response, Wop. I didn't expect that out of you, my man. I don't know what to say. What class is the best for healing in, right now? Like healer, or like Holy Priest. Holy Priest is a really good healer. Like just healing. If you're looking for hybrid healing, it's a maybe different story. You don't play rogue, play what I want about the game. Oh, it's talking to me. Oh, okay. Okay, I thought you meant like the Shadowy Duel. Okay, that gets some context. Not to play rogue if he doesn't want to be patient. Well, Speed also plays rogue and he is never patient. Or was it not Speed? It is somebody else. There's Speed, and there's another guy, Rogan Moonguard. I forget his name all the time. No error. Errorless also plays very impatiently, but like in a very fun way. Like Errorless will just go in with like 2 health and you'll just get an opener on you anyway. Yes, Errorless is insane. He is super impatient and he just makes it work. He just goes in, he doesn't care. He will literally like out CC the hell out of you. He'll catch a quick reset, he'll open up within 2 seconds. He doesn't care if it's like -2 health. He'll literally get back in there. That guy is insane. He's just a monster, so aggressive, but it works for him really well because then it becomes like, I think he just kind of gives somebody like, oh, this rogue is a low health. I can definitely beat him. I can definitely live this stun, and then claps him. He just gives him that a little bit of advantage to him. That's why I want to play Warriors Exact for life. Yeah, Warriors are really good though too. Yeah, Warriors are really good. W and massive talent. Yeah, no, Rogues I think can kind of. I feel like Outlaw can shields, right? I feel like Outlaw can like 2s maybe. But in a 1v1, it'll be a different situation. Yes, no, it's all good, WAP. Hey, man, it's part of the experience, part of the process, yeah? Yeah, I hope you're enjoying the sub-rogue, man. They're really good right now. Yeah, my guy, I cannot wait to see you 1v5 in these duels. That's actually the same price I want to play. Go for it. Yeah, okay, I see what you mean. I didn't realize the context of the message. I thought you were like, I'll play what I want. I was like, wait, you're talking about like the shadowy duel thing? I thought like, wait, what? Huh? It's just... I don't have field, WAP. Up to me, man. But yeah. But watch the watch, man. You can always come on your warrior too. I do miss you on your warrior. I love how the person in pirate side for me. I love it. Joel, how you doing, my man? Hope you're having a good one. Hey, how you doing? My man, you joined at the end of the stream, but hopefully you'll enjoy the duels because we'll have them on the channel. Boys, I'm gonna call it there. You guys are all wonderful, beautiful, gentlemen and scholars. Thank you so much for joining this wonderful, beautiful arena, spilling some blood, claiming some glory, having some fun, entertaining the chat, entertaining me and the viewers in future videos. Boys, thank you so much for joining this stream. I appreciate all of you. Hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful evening. I gotta hop on a Discord, show some boys some procs, some talents for alpha. Then I gotta go get myself some food and some chilling. Then I gotta get some work done and potentially just get some keys out of the way. I don't know if Kren is gonna be down somewhere or whatnot. Are we still, Kren, are we doing anything like we did yesterday, or are we just like, I just want to do something different? I just want to chill because I do need to run a couple of court of stars, couple of courts. I need to run a couple of quartz. Couple of quartz of stars. I need to find some though. I need to find some. GG's boys, you guys are wonderful, beautiful. Thanks so much for watching. You guys are awesome. I'll see you boys most likely for an alpha stream. Let's see what we do tomorrow. Tomorrow's normally Sunday, my day out, but I think we'll do more alpha stuff. Test out even more builds. There's still arms warrior shenanigans I want to mess with. I also want to mess around with some potential PvP builds. I think it'd be really, really fun. Take a break from big boy keys. Dude, just want to do like some 10, 11s. Court of Stars, just because I'm trying to get an auto attack ring. Would you want to just spam for Valor and stuff on our mains? Or you could bring ults too. Get some 10s out of the way or something. Because I'm just trying to go for that Court of Stars ring. I just need a ring to somebody to trade me the ring so I can have an auto attack ring. But yeah, thank you all. You guys are awesome. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see all you boys next stream, which is most likely tomorrow. You guys are awesome. Peace.
Come on down with the rhythm, come on.